Good morning, chat. How are we doing today, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to today's stream. We're kind of combining two hunts today. We're going to be continuing our shiny onion Nuzlocke hunt in Pokemon Soul Silver, as well as continuing our Deoxys hunt in Pokemon Leaf Green. So here we are. Hopefully we'll get some shinies today. Got a lot of headbutting ahead of us, I expect, with our Heracross. But it should be a good stream nonetheless. Coming off the back of the Nintendo Direct yesterday, it was an awesome Direct, really. Like, in retrospect, looking back at it, all the dust settled, things like that. I'm actually pretty pleased with the Direct yesterday. So it was nice to get some news on some of the new games. I hope you're all doing well. What has everyone been up to? I hope you're having a great day, and thank you so much as always for joining this morning, and great to see you all. So let's just try and juggle around before I jump into chat. I've got two consoles going on this morning, so it might be a bit of a struggle, but we'll see. We should get through it. Let's hope. James, good morning to you. Project Horizon, Cisco, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. Natalie, how are you? Good morning. And Rad Dad Online, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you, and hope you're having a great start to your day. Excited about the Donkey Kong news yesterday. It was good to see Donkey Kong kind of come out and get a little bit of love yesterday. It was nice. It was nice. So that's this one, this one. I've got all my buttons and everything are all back to front. So it's making it very difficult to kind of get my bearings with all of this, but we'll get there as we get through today, and we'll run through hopefully a bunch of Heracross. Hopefully we get the shiny today. Olio, how are you doing? Gotta wait for it to be the right time now. Hunting shiny Gallade and Violet. Good luck with that hunt. I hope you have a lot of luck with it today. I'm really hoping we can get the Deoxys today. It would be nice if we can, especially the Heracross as well. More so the Heracross, I guess, because I would like us, with Safari Week coming up next week, be at the point where we can do some Safari Zone hunting in these games, in both of them, to be honest. So it'd be nice to get both of these kind of done and dusted. At least with the Soul Silver one, we can then move on from the Heracross and make some progress in the game, which would be nice. So that's that one, and that's that. So Tony using headbutt. Natalie, I like the look of the new Mario Party and Zelda game from the Direct yesterday. Yeah, me too. The new Zelda game looks amazing. I love the fact that we can now play as Princess Zelda. It's such a different concept. I was not expecting a new Zelda game to drop yesterday at all, so it was awesome to see at least a new one. I was fully 100% behind. We're gonna get like a remaster or something here, but no, it was neither. So it was good. Haven't had a Heracross this morning. Hopefully we get a Heracross soon from this tree. There we go. Like magic, the Heracross does appear. It is not shiny though, unfortunately, but it would have been very lucky if that one had been the shiny. So at least we got one on the notch. So Soggy, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're well, my friend. Great to see you as always. Hope you're doing good. And Rich, good morning, mate. Busy start to the day, but heading back home office for some paperwork so I can catch the full stream. Great to have you here joining us today, mate. As always, Nick, hype for Mario Party and the Brothers game. Yeah, Mario and Luigi Brotherhood looks awesome, doesn't it? Such a nice looking game. I really like the art style of it, I think, more than anything in that game. So I don't know if we got, when was the release date? I'm trying to figure out in my mind. I know the Zelda game is going to be 2025, and then Metroid Prime as well, which is awesome to see. Metroid Prime 4 coming out, which is awesome. So that one's been in the works for such a long time as well. So we're getting into the flow of things now with the hunt. So here we go. I'm not upset by the Direct at all. Yeah, for sure, it could have been crazier, but what it was sick. I honestly, retrospect, looking back at it, I think, yeah, I'm happy with the Direct. We got a lot of good things out of it, and it could have been better. Yeah, of course it could have been better, but I think for what we got, it was pretty decent, to be honest. Next up, Pokemon Day for crazier news. I think we don't have to wait too long for it, to be honest. I don't think we have to wait that long for Pokemon Day. Pokemon news. I think we'll get something in the summer, in the next month or two. I honestly do. And we know we're gonna get stuff at Worlds, so we've got mid-August, I guess, is the the kind of the longest wait, but I feel like we'll get a direct Pokemon Presents before then, you know. It just feels so dry with any sort of Pokemon news at all. So it's very strange time at the moment, but it is what it is, I guess. UDM17, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well today. Deoxys hunt going for a while now. Hopefully you get it soon enough. I know we're getting through the resets. Hopefully we can get up to those odds today. Be nice to crack through and push on with it, and hopefully get the shiny Deoxys. It'd be nice. It's kind of weird, like migrating over from the GB operator to the GameCube that I'm on now. It's a little trickier to like navigate both of them, but I guess it's good prep for Safari Week when it comes around next week, because I've never done Safari Week before streams, so I'm kind of excited about doing it. It's gonna be good. What is Safari Week? I've not heard of that before. Yesterday. So it's like a community, shiny hunting community made thing, where for an entire week you hunt full odds in the Safari Zone. I've never done it, been a big fan, always watched content around it most years, but I've never actually taken part in it myself. So for the entire week we'll be hunting full odds in the Safari Zone. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to lay everything out going into it. I think if my Japanese Fire Red copy arrives, we could do Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then we could potentially do Hot Gold and Soul Silver. 4 in the go at once. I don't know if that'll be too much though. Maybe will be, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'll try and do some trials to see what I can juggle going into it. I would like to be able to do 4 at once. I think that kind of maximizes our odds. Probably the most I'd be able to do at one time, I think. But maybe it'll be alright. Maybe. Brian, good morning, mate. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Having a good day? Good to see you as always. My 4-year-old is going to be head over heels obsessed with the Zelda game. First words out of her mouth. Why doesn't the princess wear a crown? I love it. Why isn't Princess Zelda got a crown on? Maybe we get the crown at the end. Maybe that's the key. Winning the game. Beating the game, get the crown, save Link, and everything is good in the world. At least we're getting a few Heracrosses through now. Looking forward to the Donkey Kong remaster, to be honest. Been a long time since I played it. Good memories. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. It's been such a long time since I played any sort of Donkey Kong game, so it's going to be nice to jump in and play that one for sure. I'm just trying to think, because it was the Marvel versus Capcom, like all that sort of stuff as well that came out, which was amazing to see, which I wasn't expecting. So there was a lot of goodies, I feel, in the Direct yesterday. And it's always like a little bit downheartening when you're kind of going into it. Like we were going full ham going into it thinking, yeah, we're gonna get the Pokemon ports to the Switch again, and it just didn't happen, which was kind of sad. Kind of sad. I don't know, they must be saving it for the Switch too. They have to be, I think. Cheeky Delinquent, how are we doing today? I hope you're well, my friend, and having a good day. Right, we'll get this one started, and this one. I tell you, I got my shiny Toto working on shiny Pseudo right now. Good luck with that. I hope you get a lot of luck with the shiny Pseudo Widow and get it very soon. I know Chem Nation started a badge quest in Hot Gold Soul Silver. I think they've been hunting the Pseudo Widow for a long time. That hunt seems to be going on and on and on. I see the odd pop-up of their thumbnails when I'm browsing YouTube, and they seem to be still stuck on that Pseudo Widow. I think 11,000 resets deep, which is crazy. So hopefully they have a bit of luck soon, and you as well. Sir Cross, good morning. How are we doing today? No, Deoxys there. I feel like if I switch my hands over, I might be able to like juggle this a little bit better. It's like playing a Game Boy Advanced and 3DS at the same time. I shouldn't complain about it. I should just learn to get on. Can't sleep grinding M-Ball raids. Surprised I managed to catch your stream. It's great to have you here. Hope the M-Ball raids have been going well, and hope you've been getting some good Herba drops with those as well. Juggling stream. You heard it too. Juggling stream. Can you imagine? I don't think I'd get on too well with the juggling aspect of it. I'm struggling with just 2 consoles. I wouldn't say struggling. It's just when you're playing 2 different games. I was contemplating doing the Mew hunt and the Deoxys at the same time, but there's a lot goes on with the Mew hunt because you're in and out of the grass the whole time you're running away. I thought, nah, we'll do a little bit easier. Crack on with the Deoxys hunt. And it also means that we can try and chase down this Heracross as well, which is also the big key at the moment, because this shiny Oni Nuzlocke quest is taking a bit longer than I would have liked it to, and I would have really hoped to be at the Safari Zone at some point this week. And I don't want to do anything off camera because it's like doesn't feel right. We're sharing the journey together. Gotta be all right. Dad still laughing about calling Hello Kitty early. I can't believe it. You pretty much were like nailed on. I think the only thing that you missed was the Barbie. We didn't get a Barbie game, but like other than that, mate, you nailed it. You nailed it. Should have been one of those like 4chan posters. Get all the plaudits afterwards. Like, this guy knows, he's got inside information. Evil Sudowoodo. Hello, I'm just checking you can see my messages. Well, there's the answer. I can see them. They're coming through. These Pokemon ports are stuff of dreams now. Always seem like they might come, but never do. I know, right? It's every time. I get my hopes up. Every single time. And just let down, and it's like, oh, come on. Come on. And it's always the moments when it feels like it would be the right thing for them to do. Like, to drop it. Because you've got nothing else, right? And it would, like, just keep that wheel kind of ticking over till ZA, which, you know, who knows when next year it's going to drop. Sick Rose, I'm doing all right, my friend. Doing good this morning. I'm excited because I'm going to see England tomorrow. So I'm flying out to Frankfurt tomorrow morning, early afternoon. And yeah, gonna get to see England, which is going to be amazing in the Euros. So very excited about that. I've still got to pack and things, but I don't really need to pack too much for the because I'm only going over for a night. And I don't think I'll be able to do any streaming until Monday, which is, so we'll be a few days into Safari Week when I do jump into it, but that should be fine. Should be fine. Kind of hard fitting in everything at the minute, but today was a bit of a free day, so I was like, okay, we can make some good progress with these games to do. Doing Omanite, Resurrects, and BDSP at the moment. Good luck with those. I hope you do get the shiny very soon, my friend. How many days are you on for that shiny Heracross? I'd have to go back and check our... I've taken the day counter off, but we are a lot of days in. And as you can see from the counter as well, I'm not counting the actual headbutts. I should have really begun with counting the headbutts on the tree to get a good gauge. So the counter is only the Heracrosses that we've actually seen. So the encounters for the headbutting itself is a lot more. But yeah, we're pretty deep in. Pretty deep. This one's been going on a little while. Another Heracross. I'm just hoping it is the Heracross and we don't have to do like a bunch of different phases with the to get the Heracross, which would be kind of annoying if we do, but it is what it is. It will the game will decide. Hopefully we get lucky though. That would be super nice if we can do. Are you excited about any upcoming games from the Nintendo Direct? Definitely Mario Luigi Brotherhood. I think that one's going to be good. I think the Zelda game, of course, that one's like definitely excited about that. And Metroid Prime as well. I think like that will be very cool, but such a long way off being released. Just feels like probably won't get like super hyped about that until it's a bit like ZA. Like I'm excited for it, but it feels like it's such a long way off at the moment. It's hard to kind of get the excitement, especially when we don't have that much information about it as well. How about yourself? What was the one game that like stuck out to you that you were like, oh, I can't wait for that one? Never Melt Ice, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. I hope you've had a good day, and thanks for joining the stream. Great to see you as always. England-Denmark game, yeah. Yeah, so it should be like a very, like it, I'd say Denmark really are probably the second best team in the group. So I'm obviously always going to say England are the best team in the group. So it should be a really good game. It should be. And I think England got a lot of criticism from their opening game against Serbia. So I feel like they've probably got a little bit of something to prove going into this one. Right, let's run from this Fira. Hello, I can't even say that, never melt ice. That's that one. Oh yeah, the Hobbit game as well. The Hobbit game, I forget about the Hobbit game that came out or got announced. There's a lot of like similar Animal Crossing games, wasn't there, yesterday? Everyone jumping on the life sim games. Sam, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Thanks for hopping in and joining this morning. Hopefully coming in at a good time when we'll see something shine very soon. Pretty far in with the Deoxys, but probably still got a long way to go with it. Maybe not though, maybe not. Shinies tend to come pretty early in the streams as well when we do get like those lucky days. It would be phenomenal if we got both of them today somehow. Yesterday's Switch stuff was chibi overload. There was a lot of chibi stuff yesterday, wasn't there? I keep looking down at my like Game Boy Advanced to see how we're doing, and I keep forgetting that when it's plugged into the GameCube, it's just a white screen, so it's pointless looking at it. Deoxys, orange. I know what you mean about the chibi art stuff. I don't mind the chibi art stuff, to be honest. I kind of like that art style a lot in the games, so I kind of would swing towards it. But then we were watching the season 2 of the House of Dragons last night. So many adverts on for Elden Rings, and that game just looks absolutely insane. I've never played it before, but that game looks like phenomenal graphically. It just puts like the Switch to shame with what the Switch can do. You think, wow. Imagine if we got like a Zelda game like that or a Pokemon game like that. House of Dragons, yeah, it was good. Season 1. There's a bit of a cliffhanger at the end. It was like, come on. And I hate this, like, I kind of like weekly episodes when they get uploaded because it gives you something to kind of look forward to, but at the same time you're like left just wanting more at the end of it, just like, I've got a whole week to wait now. I'm kind of not used to it. Like Netflix, I feel like spoiled all of that for us, where it's just like you've got the whole season there just on demand, so you can just like rinse through it. Ton coming through early with that $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much as always, my friend. Very, very generous of you, and cannot say thank you enough for the support, mate. And I hope you are having a great day. Hope you're doing well, and good luck on today's shiny hunt. Thank you so much, mate. I will take the shiny luck and hopefully put it into these games, and we'll hopefully, it'd be amazing to see this Deoxys shine today. It really would. Season 1 was very good. Was glad to see the first episode of season 2 on Monday. Yeah, me too, Rich. Like, I really enjoyed it. I think I was a bit deflated after like Game of Thrones, kind of how that ended, because I feel like it was so rushed, and left a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth with how they ended everything as well. I'm just like, it was a pretty bad ending. So I'm hoping this, I've been enjoying a lot more. So I'm kind of hoping it continues on, which I'm sure it will. It feels like it's gonna be a very good series, and I'm sure the ending won't be as a bit of a limp fish like they did with the original. Pokemon X Zelda mashup game with Ganondorf fused with Lysander. They're kind of similar, right? Lysander. Ancient relation. Birth Island. Here we go. Anyone been watching Acolyte on Disney Plus? Can't wait to watch the new episode after work tonight. I haven't been. It's got a lot of controversy though, hasn't it? I've a few friends that are like big Star Wars fans, and they've been saying they're just putting off watching it until all the drama dies down and it's all out as well. But yeah, I hope you've been enjoying it. It does look different for sure. Mrs. refuses to watch Game of Thrones because she had PTSD to how it ended. Loved up season 6. Maybe just stop there, I guess, yeah. It's just annoying how everything was kind of like, there was so many things just not explained and just open-ended, left and then just rushed at the end. Yeah, it's a shame after they kind of built it up to be so hype, like you say, around that season 6, and then for them just to kind of like, I don't know, whittle and die in the last couple of seasons. It was a bit of a shame. Shiny Heracross. We do want the female if we can, but I will not be picky. I think Star Wars fans just love to hate. Yeah, I mean, in defense of my friends, they're not hating on it at all because they haven't seen it yet, but I think they're just like, they've seen a lot of the reviews for it and all the drama around it and just being like, I don't want anything to do with it. But I don't really know too much about it, so you know, I'm not like the most diehard Star Wars fan, so they kind of keep things light when they're talking to me. Like, I enjoy all the stuff I watch, but yeah, they probably think I've got a very casual opinion on things. So they're like, nah, we're not going to get into this with you. Professor Hulk is in the house. Is Professor Hulk? He is. Professor Hulk's here. How are you doing, Professor Hulk? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Having a good day. And hopefully we see something shine. This Heracross will be the one that I really, really want to progress this playthrough with today. We should see it shine soon. Maybe today is the luck. Maybe we have one of those days that we had a while ago where we got the double shiny. One stream. Maybe not though. Maybe it's Apom that we'll get. I wouldn't be sad if we got a shiny Apom. I'd be a bit annoyed if we got a shiny Spearow though. I think their hater fans just feel what is being produced more recently is watering down what Star Wars is to them. Yeah, find it disappointing. Yeah, and I get that, you know. I feel like it's a lot like the what's it called? The Lord of the Rings series that was on Amazon. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I know a lot of like really big Lord of the Rings Tolkien fans and stuff like that weren't happy with the lore and stuff like that with that show. I really enjoyed it, but I get the argument when things aren't the way they should be. So I totally get it. What shiny monster do we have in Soul Silver? We have we got a Chikorita, we got a Geodude, we got a Cyndaquil, and we've got a Mareep so far. So there are shinies we've got. So we got 4 on the team. Heracross would be 5. The Gyarados would make it 6. We are definitely going to be hunting Lugia, and we'll be doing the run right up to Mount Silver to take on Red as well. So we'll be doing shiny hunts in Kanto as well. But like I was saying before, I would like us to get to the point where we can get to the Safari Zone in Soul Silver so we can do Safari Week with this game. It'd be nice. I don't want to be perpetually stuck in Azalea Town for forever. We've outstayed our welcome here. Feel like we need to move on quickly. Was thinking of shiny hunting Mewtwo. Cheeky delinquent. Do it. Which game would you do it in? Soul Silver. Nice. Kind of on the side as well, hunting Mew in Emerald. So I'm nearly up to about 2,000 resets on the Mew, but no luck there. That one's just taking a bit longer to do, but it's a fun hunt. I would like to bring it onto stream. We'll see if we can. But before I do that, I kind of want to get these done, you know, because I feel these are the more important ones at the moment. Chipping away at the other ones. I mean, the Zygode's sitting in the background, but I think it's good to not introduce too many new things at once, because we'll just be back to square one with all of these different hunts that we've got going on at the moment. I'm a big on Lord of the Rings lore, just considered Rings of Power as non-canon. Took it for what it was, an external party telling a different version of the events. That's always a good way to look at it, Rich. Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm mad obsessed. There's a, I don't know if you ever watch, there's a channel, In Deep Geek. They do some like theory videos on like what ifs, like, you know, what if certain events hadn't happened or had happened. I love all that sort of like theory crafting around like just the stories in general, and then you get a good idea of like the lore as well. But yeah, amazing all that sort of stuff. I could watch that all day. I was watching one yesterday about if Smaug hadn't been defeated and Sauron like paired up with Sauron, how would have things played out? And I think it all stemmed from Gandalf not meeting Thorin on his way to the Shire, you know, or the way to Bree or something like that. And then from there, it all spiraled out of control. Yeah, it's good. I like all that sort of stuff, but I know what you mean. I think when you're looking at like stuff like the Rings of Power as well, it is good to just look at it from, yeah, an outside perspective and just take it for what it is. It's a good TV show, but like it's, I guess, not so true to a lot of the lore. In Deep Geek, Men of the West, History of Ages, some of the great channels. Yes. You give me some more videos to watch on my my flight out. Although I got some artwork that I'm trying to do at the moment that I'll probably do on the flight over to Frankfurt. So it depends. I checked into my ticket this morning and I've seen that I've got like a middle seat, and I like try and avoid middle seats on planes as much as possible. So I tried to change my seat, but it was like the rest of the flight, everyone's claimed a seat. Of course, the flight will be absolutely rammed. So I'm destined to be in between. I'm going to be in between two, like, I'm going to be very uncomfortable, aren't I? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say large people, because people can be large and I'll be like this in the middle. I'll have no arm room or anything. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's going to be the worst. It's going to be the worst flight out. At least it's not a long flight. So that's all right. I like Men of the West on YouTube for Lord of the Rings lore. I'll check them out, Nick. I might have seen a few videos from them, but I don't recognize the channel so much. I'm bound to have seen some videos, but yeah, that's awesome. So thank you. Appreciate it. I'm ready for War of Rohirrim. Bringing back Erwin for Rohan's story will be super nostalgic. That will be very cool, mate. How are you feeling about the whole Gollum movie? That kind of feels a little bit like weird. I don't know how to. I'll watch it. It'll be fun. I just don't know how it'll be. You know. Come on, Deoxys, shine for us. I'm about to take my L and R buttons down so I don't have to don't wear out. Between going for Shiny Toto and now Pseudo, I'm worried about wearing one of my DS lights. I worry about that. I have worried about that, especially when I've been doing like a lot of the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon wormhole hunts recently, where I'm just like absolutely button mashing like crazy. I think, am I gonna wear these away? Well, I'll need to replace them. It's a good idea, like getting the buttons like taped down for sure. Definitely helps out a lot. It's crazy how much faster the loading times are 3DS to the Game Boy Advance. How quick the Pokemon like spawn in on the screen. Man, that mad. You need to watch South Park, bro. I used to watch South Park loads when I was younger. Not so much now though. Only be a short flight out of Bristol. No, it's not out of Bristol, mate. Unfortunately. No flights to Bristol. Only connecting flights from Bristol. So I was like, so I have to travel into London, which is not ideal. But I guess it's not terrible. But yeah, Bristol's not been the best place to fly out from. Like the last year, it's been actually pretty terrible, to be honest. Like I can't remember the last time I did any casting where I flew out of Bristol. I think the last event I did was like last season would have been to Utrecht, and I could fly into Amsterdam, which is, yeah, but everywhere else just seems to be like, when I've looked this year, it's always been connecting flights, and flight times taken absolutely ages, and then they charge an absolute fortune for those flights as well. So it's like, so yeah, have to suck up like the £100 train ride to London and back, and then go from there, mate. So that's where I'll be heading off early tomorrow. So it's an early start, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And I think kickoff's around 7 p.m. in Germany, so 8 p.m. UK time. And if we win tomorrow, we're pretty much guaranteed to through, you know, the groups. Pretty much guaranteed to win the group, I think, if we win tomorrow. Not guaranteed, but I don't think we're gonna lose our last game against Slovakia. I can't see us anyway losing that one, but I think Scotland play today, don't they? Is Wave Crash better for Red Stripe Basculin with Reckless or Blue Stripe Basculin with Rockhead? It would be Blue Stripe for sure, so you don't have to deal with the recoil. That would be the better one. One episode, the guy says Fwend instead of me dying. I remember, and if it was Terence Phillip, Fwend. It's like in between us, football friend. Just such a shiny Cranidos in 274 eggs. Nice, David. Congrats on that shiny, mate. That is awesome. I love shiny Cranidos. Such a nice shiny. It really is, mate. Hope you have success with the rest of your shiny hunts. Whatever you're doing next, let me know in the chat though. I'd love to hear. William, how are you doing, mate? Good afternoon to you. Hope you're well, mate. Having a good day. Do I need to make a new chant to generate some shiny luck? Yes, 100%. I will all be for the shiny chant. Riley, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Good to see you. How did the goose hunt go yesterday? Hope we had some luck. Hope we've got some good news to share. Give us an update though, mate, with how things have been going for you with that. I really hope you've had some luck. Riley's, yeah, everyone act natural. Alec, how you doing, mate? I hope you're good as well. Great to see you. Best of luck to it. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. What's everyone shinies been like? What's everyone been shiny hunting recently? We've had a few of you jump into the chat to tell me what you're hunting, but I'd love to hear what everyone's been hunting recently. Be good to know, and how you're all getting on with those hunts. Any interesting ones, filling up shiny live indexes or anything like that, or just doing general casual shiny hunts. Just got a shiny Eevee in Pogo. Professor Oak, very nice, mate. I always see Eevees just when I'm walking and I'm playing. There's always Eevees, and I always check them. I'm always like, come on, just be a shiny, just this once. Never is. But so congrats on that, mate. That's super nice. Been shiny hunting Selby and Christopher Virtual Console until bank shuts down. How is that hunt going, mate? I hope it's going all right and you're not too deep in with the resets, but good luck on that one. Such a nice hunt to get. Be so satisfying when you do manage to get it finally. Be awesome. You'll have to keep us up to date with how it's going. William, I've been doing this rainbow lock on Scarlet and Violet this week and found a full odd Skido, which was nice. That is so nice. That's awesome. Awesome to hear. Full odds as well. Such a nice shiny. The green, the Skido is so good. I do love it a lot. Jared, I'm not shiny hunting, but I did find one on Tempo user who can use Petal Dance. Nice. Very nice. No confusion. Spiro. Right, Riley. Ended up going out with my lady and some friends. Still only at 42 only. I love how you I love how you just casually drop that only at 42,000 encounters. Man, that's painful. It's painful, mate. I'm so sorry. So sorry. 3 shiny Swablu, 2 shiny Nuzleaf. I'll be going for another 1,000 tonight, mate. I hope that is the magic number. I really do tonight. I am really looking forward to the stream where you come in. I feel like I'm gonna like pop off when you finally say it's been acquired. That's the only words I need to hear. Just you dropping in, it's been acquired. So I looked as well. I know we talked about it yesterday briefly about the new changes to the competitive scene as well going into next season. And I had a look at the changes. I will still speak to a few people over the next couple of days, so I'll probably be able to have a bit of a better idea of it going in, how things are going to be changing next season in regards to locals and stuff. But you see there's already been a bunch of events sanctioned for VG going into the season, the new season, which kicks off on the 1st of July, which is pretty exciting. So there's a number of different locals, nothing that close to me, but hopefully there will be soon. Shiro, shiny hunting, a Galarian Surfetch, Masuda in Soul Silver, well, Friend Safari for Clang, and Ferroseed in X. Very nice. Good luck with those shiny hunts. Keep us up to date with how they're going. I really hope you have a lot of luck getting those shinies very soon. All nice shinies as well. Sasagi got shiny Landorus in a Wormhole and 15 encounters. Mate, that is amazing. Congrats. Such a nice shiny as well. I do love shiny Landorus. Very, very, very nice shiny. I like last shiny hunt I did was Varoom and Violet. That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one for sure. Nice shiny though. Still one I haven't went and done. I think Varoom, Orthworm. I kind of don't count the outbreaks for Varoom. Me getting one. I feel like I need to go out and actually into the wilds of Paldea and hunt one properly. Super nice. Took me like 3 to 4 attempts with the Sanj. It was harder than I thought to spot the difference between the silver and gold. It is a tricky one to spot as well, isn't it? What's the next one? What you got lined up next? Awesome though. Awesome that you managed to get it. 3 to 4 sandwiches isn't terrible. Not ideal. You always wanted to be on that first sandwich, always, but it tends never to be. Still hunting for Zygarde, found a good path, but I'm already on 15 resets to bias. Good luck with the Zygarde hunt. I really hope you see it shine soon. But we've got a lot of Dynite ore as well. Is it Dynite ore that you need or Armorite ore? One of the two. So you don't get hit too much and you can repeat that path, but it makes such a difference having a good path to the Zygarde. Really does. Like when I ran out of Armorite or whatever it is, I was very sad because I was like, I have to give up on this path now, which is like just a guaranteed every time, especially if you're doing it online. Are you doing it by yourself or are you kind of are you doing it online? I hope you're not soloing it because that is painful. Makes it so much more difficult, but it makes the shiny even better when you do finally get it. Grace, how are you doing? Come on, England, the scrubs. I know, right? I hope they put in a performance tomorrow. I really do. I think they will. I think, you know, like the likes of Foden taking a lot of slack. Or Phil. Such a good player. So I think they're going to have a point to prove tomorrow. So maybe against Denmark. It's probably a good game to do. It's probably the toughest game in the group. So if they can get 3 or 4 against them, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Richard drove down to Bristol. Well, Eddington. Never heard of that place. To see some friends before. The next time we went to see them, flew from Newcastle. It was like £50 return, absolute bargain. Yeah, flying is just the way to go, isn't it? It's like 50 minutes as well. So convenient. Like, when my parents come down to visit, they always get the train, and I'm like, why are you getting the train? Like, one, it's like so expensive. It's like, you know, nearly £200 return, and it takes like six and a bit hours on the train, which is just a nightmare in itself. I feel I couldn't cope with it. And you could just fly, and it's like an hour. It's really easy, and it's probably way cheaper as well. I think the entire chat will explode once it has been acquired. I think so as well, right, Dad? The Blue Goose. Probably chat's going to be more excited about the Blue Goose, I think, than us getting this Deoxys, which has been a very long process, but it's been an enjoyable road. Are there any Pokemon from Generation that didn't make it to Gen 9 you miss? Togekiss is definitely one that I always think I would have loved it to be in Scarlet and Violet. I really would have, but sadly it is not. Nidoking as well, and the Queen Debbie, the Nidoqueen. Yeah, so those, I guess those three are probably the ones that I always kind of think of. Definitely Togekiss more than the others, I guess. It's always the one that I think, why is it not in Scarlet and Violet? So it'll be nice to see the next generation roll around, and hopefully they're not excluded from that one. But you never know, they might have like 2 gens where they're out. Might have the through treatment where we don't see them for a long time. Hopefully not though. Like, I feel like Togekiss is a big enough fan favorite where they're like, no, we'll bring it back. We'll have to include it. Made me very happy in Sword and Shield when it was very good competitively. I can't remember which series it was. It was like one of the early series, but it was a very good option. So I think it was like series 1, 2, 3 maybe. It's gnarly on the future hairline, but the style does fit you well. Agree with you, Grace. Loving the Jack Grealish looks. It's you. Thanks, Grace. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm getting away with like it's so much, like I'm way less stressed about my hair at the moment. Like otherwise, there's nothing I can do with it. It is totally, I thought I was in that in between like period growing stage lengthwise like a month or 2 ago, and I so wasn't, because I feel like this is it right now where there is nothing I can do with it, and this just makes it so much easier. So I was saying on the stream yesterday, we ordered, because we were away at the weekend, and we ordered some stuff on delivery, and the delivery driver got out, and he was like a little bit parked away from where I was waiting for him, and he came across and he was like, I thought it was Jack Grealish when I got out. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, but you definitely didn't. You got closer and you were like, this guy is not Jack Grealish, but I'll take it. Funny though, funny. The Blue Goose saga started in Feb. Was that when we started the Leaf Green Hardcore Nuzlocke on the road to getting Deoxys? I feel like it was around the same sort of time, or was that before we started it? I'd have to go back and check when we first started this Deoxys quest. It feels like a quest for the Deoxys, it really does. Eddington is near Bath. Oh, nearer Bath than Bristol. Started in Feb. Need a photo on Discord when it's acquired. We 100% do. My worry now is like resetting over the Deoxys. Be my worst nightmare. Can you imagine? I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be alright. Professor Oak, yeah. Yeah, he got dropped from the England squad, so he's like, I'll just go and do some Deoxys hunting instead for the summer. Peps give me the summer off. I think it's about the timeline when we first run of Leaf Green. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, around the same sort of time. Maybe that's the key then. Maybe we need to get the Deoxys, which then unlocks your game. Not that it works like this, but in my mind it kind of probably could work like this, where I get the shiny Deoxys and then that unlocks the shiny Goose for you. How wild would it be though if that was actually the case? Imagine if we got it today And then tonight you get the blue goose. That would be wild. Jarrett, if Gen 10 comes out, it will include the national decks and all of the power mechanics. Made a list of expert belt and powerful Pokemon builds. I really want to see everyone there. It'd be nice if they did include everything. It really would, but I can't see it. I know they said, what was it before Sun and Moon, or an interview after Sun and Moon, that they were never going to have a full national decks ever again. There would always be Pokemon cut from future games, which is where all the Dexit stuff came from. So it's a bit of a stretch to think that we're going to get a game with everything in it. It would be nice to think that we would, but I don't know if that'll ever happen now. I think that the Pokedex is just too big to include everything in. Although they could do it, you know, with the expansions, with the DLCs and stuff like that. We're so close to a full national dex anyway. When you look at the entire total of everything that we've got from like the Indigo Disc, the Teal Mask, we're pretty close to the number. There's not a lot of Pokemon that aren't in there, but if they're going down that same line, it depends how many new Pokemon get introduced in Gen 10 as well, and what I guess we're going to get new Pokemon in ZA as well, you know. We'll probably get regional forms, we might get new Megas as well, so that adds to the totals. So yeah, I don't know. I think that just their plan is probably to release these, like, you know, we'll get a remake, we'll get like the main series title, we'll get like a spin-off in Legends Arceus, and between them all you'll probably be able to get like the full national decks between them every generation, but then you're not going to be able to trade between them all because there'll be some of them will be locked out. Although we'll be able to like port everything into Pokemon Home potentially. Should have never been dropped from the England squad. To be fair, I agree with that. I think Jack offers something completely different to what everyone else in that squad offers. But yeah, my name is not Gareth and I'm not getting paid millions to pick the team. I feel like because it's probably is going to be Gareth Southgate's last tournament with England, he's probably just, you know, not taking the pragmatic approach and just thinking, I'm just going to go for this. Which wasn't really what we saw against Serbia, but I guess it is only the first game we're easing in, and a win was a win, so that was the main thing, I guess. Crowmaster, how are we doing today? I hope you're well, having a good day. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream. Thanks all of you for joining today as well. I know we're kicking off a bit earlier today than we usually have been, but I really wanted to make some good progress with these hunts today, so that was the reason kind of jumping in. Hopefully we can see the end of the Deoxys hunt finally once and for all. Or am I kidding myself? I wonder, like, retrospectively, it'd be nice to be like, I wonder how many resets it is actually going to take for the Deoxys to show up. I still think we'll get it before 8,000, but who knows? I hope we get the Heracross soon. Surprised this tree hasn't spat any shinies out so far, because we must be, I don't know how many encounters we are deep into this one tree headbutting it. Must be a good few thousand in. Brian, I absolutely hate this format. I'm very much looking forward to no legendaries again next gen. Yeah, Brian, I think a lot of people aren't massively keen on the unrestricted format, and I get that. I think it'll be a better format when they introduce 2 restricteds. So that should be what we see next in September, I think, when the rules update one last time. Where it goes after that, though, I have no idea. Jack over Anthony Gordon any day. Rich, no way. You got to keep Anthony, or Anthony Gordon. No, I think yeah, Gordon's just too good. Like, I honestly, like, watch him so much this year for Newcastle, and he offers complete, again, a bit like Grealish, offers something completely different to what a lot of the other players in the squad offer. I'm a bit biased, obviously, because he's a Newcastle player, but he's very, very good. So I think the choice with Gordon was definitely the right one, but it's hard to drop any of the forward line because they're all very, very good, you know. Mr. Holbrookie, good morning to you as well. How's it going? It's going all right, mate, this morning. Getting a nice flow of Heracross coming in from this tree. No shinies just yet. Hope you're doing well though, mate. Just ordered a copy of Ultra Moon so I can complete my decks. I meant to start a collection of games anyway, so win-win. That is nice, mate. That is awesome. That'll be good when it arrives. Are you gonna do like, well, you might be able to get away with like not having to play through it, you know? It might be the case where the save's still intact. I hope you got a good deal on it though, but very exciting. I think 2 restrictors would be a lot better than this. Yeah, it will be. It'll be a lot more balanced, I think, as well. I mean, balanced in respect of it, not so much matchup based, because sometimes you're gonna get a bad matchup. You're gonna come across that one restricted that you have got a weaker matchup against, and with 2 restricteds, that definitely changes the dynamic of your team. What's your favorite legendary trio? Ooh, my favorite legendary trio. I'd probably say Gen 2, you know. Raikou, Suicune, Entei. I think they're probably my favorites. I do like the originals, Gen 1, the birds, but I don't know. I think, yeah, Entei, Raikou, Suicune, very, very cool. Hard to beat them. And then they got Paradox forms as well, which is kind of nice in Scarlet and Violet. And they're all pretty... They're not like Walk and Wake, Raging Bolt, very cool Pokemon as well. What about yourself, Crowmaster? What is your preferred legendary trio? Single restricted does feel very centralized for most part of it. Protect the King style gameplay, yeah. Said it's been slick to see some of the other restricted succeed in the format compared to, yeah, that is very true. But I think the same will be for when we get the double restrictors. It'll probably unlock some of the other restrictors as well, give them a little bit of a better time. I think Groudon, definitely one of those Pokemon that'll have a better time with another restricted next to it, you know. And then they kind of complement each other as well. Since we have Primarina and Embo, will the original forms of the Hisuian stars return in the next raids? We've had the original ones already. I'm pretty sure we've had Typhlosion. I think yeah, we've had Decidueye. Yeah, we've had all of them so far, so I don't know if they'll repeat them just yet. I think we'll probably have to wait until they've done all of the starter Pokemon in raids before we get any repeats. I think they only did the Charizard repeat because they were doing the Blastoise and Venusaur as well, and it was like the trio kind of celebration for Pokemon Day. So I can't see them repeating the Typhlosion, the Decidueye, or the Samurott raids anytime soon, unfortunately. I think it'll be a little while before they bring those back. And they might have plans for raids after the starter Pokemon are all done as well. They might have new Mightiest Mark Pokemon that they're going to bring to the table as well. So we'll have to see what happens, but I can't see them, Jarrett, repeating those anytime soon when they've already done them, you know? So that's the big thing for me. Could be wrong, of course. Is that thing supposed to help with the hairline or something? No, it just keeps this out of my eyes and out of my face, which is the big thing. Because otherwise it's the most infuriating thing to deal with. I was saying yesterday, I don't know how people deal with like having hair. I hate it over my eyes. I was swimming on Sunday and I've never had it before where I've been like underwater and come up and my hair's just like all over my face and I can't even see out my eyes because my hair's just, yeah. So it's just a way. I don't know, the swimming thing, such a tangent that's not relevant at all, but I guess it just shows how long my hair is at the front, which is very annoying, but that's mainly the reason. It's the whole Bucky. I'll play through it anyway because I want to shiny hunt the legendaries on both games, but yeah, who knows. £25, not so bad. That is actually a really good deal. Is that boxed as well? Can't imagine Zamazenta will have the same success as it does now. I don't know, mate. I think it will, you know. I think it will, because some of those matchups that it does struggle against, you'll be able to kind of alleviate those matchups with another restricted to complement it, and then have the Zamar in the back. You know, it has wide guard as well, so it's got good supportive options. So I honestly think a little bit the opposite. I think Zamazenta will probably be one of those that's doing well at the moment, but probably will do a bit better with another restricted beside it, if that makes sense. Just because it's got those good supportive options that you can utilize, and it's got the ability to just win games by itself with the body press, iron defense stuff as well, if that is something that players want to go down the line of. So there's a lot of flexibility, I think, with that Pokemon alone. You don't necessarily need to run the iron defense as a means of like closing games up and winning them. So I think yeah, Zamazenta are probably, to be honest, I think all the restricteds are probably going to benefit a lot more from having another restricted beside them in the team. I think the thing that will get a lot more centralized though, with support lines like your Rillabooms, your Incineroars, things that are supporting all of these restricteds. That side of things could make it quite stale, because it will get, you know, you're going to have the cream of the crop, the best options, sport options at the top, and you maybe have less of those kind of niche picks because you've got less room in your team, and you're going to need specific things around those restricteds to allow them to work. So you're probably likely to see less variety, I guess, in a full GS Cup situation, you know. But we'll have to wait and see. And terrestrialization just adds an extra layer of excitement onto it all as well. Let's be real, Anthony Gordon is Sunderland level. Don't ban me. Grace. That is a bannable. That is a bannable comment for sure. I will let you off though. Just this one. Anthony Gordon. You watch tomorrow. Watch him get the winner. Or just have an absolute blinder. I think when he gets given the chance, he'll perform well. The thing about Anthony as well, he's so quick. He's probably the quickest player in him and Kyle Walker. It'll be very close between the two of them. Who's faster? Maybe say Gordon probably edges it just because he's a bit younger, but he's rapid, and he has the ability to just stretch games. So he's like the perfect player, I think, to bring on late in games, especially against those low block teams. Like, he would have been perfect against Serbia because of the low block that they played, where you would have been able to just put balls over the top. You've got like Alexander Arnold, who has probably the best passing range of the whole squad, but they just didn't utilize that. And I think it's a bit of a shame, really. But I mean, Gareth's got his plan. But no, I'm not having a bad word said about Anthony. He's top tier, S tier. And anyone that says any different, just jealous because they don't have him in their team. That's all I'm going to put it down to. Professor Oak, I think Gen 3 has a great legendary turbo for me. The original Kanto birds. Oh yeah, the Reggies. The Reggies are so good, aren't they? They are. The only 2 starters they called before the new 7-star raids are Delphox and Rillaboom. So you missed quite a few, so you'll be looking forward to those repeating, Jarrett. Maschino Kinkle. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I really apologize if I'm not. I probably am not pronouncing it right. Thank you for your videos. What is your job? Are you a full-time content creator? I am. Between this and the casting this year, I have been. Yeah, so full-time. I have 2 new channels on the way though, which is going to be very exciting. So we'll have one which will be like centric to all kind of shiny hunt stuff, which will be a lot of fun, and then a VG one which will be more competitive based stuff over on there. So they'll be like getting launched over the summer, just putting together pieces of the first bits of content for those, which is going to be pretty exciting. Should keep me very busy going forward. But yeah, but it's only been the last year where I've been full-time, completely boxed, and with this steel book too, second hand, but looks nice in the photos with the steel book, the steel case as well. That's crazy. That's such a good bargain. That is an absolute steal, mate. Literally, It's awesome. I'm glad you picked up. I'm glad you picked it up for that price, because I don't think you'll get many of those deals popping up, mate. Really don't. Love my new jacket. I'm about 8 to 10 hours into shiny hunting Mew 2, and let's go. I hope you manage to see it shine very soon. If you do, let us know in the chat. But a great shiny to go after for sure. Jack Clark over Anthony Gordon. Jack Clark. See, this is why Sunderland are... What league are they in? Are they in the championship? I don't know. Or are they in the... I don't know. I mean, when we played them, what was it, in the FA Cup? Felt like a League One side. But I mean, they could be in the championship. In that, like, bottom half of the championship level, I guess. Such a Sunderland comment. The Mackhams. Craziest Pokemon to be in a winning Worlds team. Ooh, the obvious one's Pachirisu. The obvious one, but I don't know. What other ones? Gothitelle. Ray's team in 2011, 2012? No, I think 2011, wasn't it? Ray's Worlds team 2011 with the Gothitelle. It's weird though. Like it was a big surprise to a lot of players, but I'd been theory crafting Gothitelle really early on that season, around Christmas time, because it gives you the ability to not have to put so much investment into speed to creep max speed Amoonguss, so you could always taunt it before it was spoiled your team. And that was the main reason I was looking at it, but I think Ray ran his slightly different, but that was definitely one. But I guess it was like a regional dex format as well, so that you're gonna get like those more obscure choices, I guess, in that sort of format. But yeah. Phoenix got my shiny Selby in Crystal Virtual Console. Very nice. Under 2,000 resets as well. That is awesome to hear. Congrats on the shiny Celebi. That is amazing. Will you be porting it up to Pokemon Home? Such a great shiny to get as well. And under, like, not a crazy amount of resets either for that. 1 in 8,000 odds as well is absolutely crazy. So that is awesome to hear. Congrats on that amazing shiny. Riley, let's be honest, it's going to be too restricted. Incineroar, Rillaboom, Ursh, Tornadus. It's my main issue with the too restricted. Yeah, it's going to be very centralized. It's going to be very centralized. We don't need Gordon. We have Frigid Spit. Anthony. Yeah. The 90 million bargain that you got. Was it 90 mil? Oh, I don't know. Don't take the bait, Lee. Don't do it. It's too easy. Too easy to take the bait. Gordon over Ronaldo. Definitely now, for sure. There's parts of me that, like, I don't know. Like, Portugal didn't look that great yesterday. I don't know whether that Portuguese team would be better without Ronaldo, to be honest. It still feels so like, not taking anything away from Ronaldo. Obviously, is an amazing talent, has been one of the best players in the world. Not the best though, because in my opinion Messi's always gonna be better than Ronaldo, but I do think he might be holding that Portuguese team back. They've got such a good talent. I mean, the other thing's probably Martinez as the manager as well, probably doesn't help too much, but I don't really rate Martinez that highly. How that man did not win anything with Belgium, like literally the squad Belgium have. But here we go. I'll put the manager bashing, player bashing to one side. I shouldn't really be getting on anyone's back. I mean, I'm not really doing anything in a position to really criticize anyone. All these guys are like super successful. I'm sitting here failing a Deoxys hunt. Who's the best player out of Pallet Town, Professor? Do you reckon Gary? Gary feels like he would be a better player than Ash, although Ash feels like he would be maybe Mr. Mime with his psychic powers. Wish they had open team sheets on Rank Ladder. It would make it better, wouldn't it, Brian? I just don't know how they would implement it. I guess he would just get sent I wonder if they could do it in a way where you could only go on with there's a separate ladder that you would go on with rental team, and then that rental team got shown to your opponent for like 30 seconds before the game. That could be a way that they kind of do that, I guess. I won't be porting the Celebi to home. It's staying in my crystal team with my shiny Suicune, fastest ever Gen 2 shiny. 187 soft resets. That's wild. That's so good. And that's nice as well, keeping it there forever just to commemorate the shiny hunt. That's nice. I like that. A lot of people would be like, nah, trade it up. But immortalizing it in that game, that's nice. Messi is God tier, but did he do it in the Premier League? I would have loved to have seen Messi in the Premier League. It would have been very cool. Just one season. Just one season. But I guess the only team he would have went to would have been like Man City, probably. Maybe Chelsea. I could have seen him at like Chelsea. They like splash in the cash. As a Portuguese myself, I can tell you straight up, they usually play better without him. When he is on the field, everyone plays to him. Without him, everyone else shines. It's been like that forever. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. It's like almost at the point where I get that he wants to be a part of it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, he's kind of just taken away from everyone else's game. And that Portuguese squad are so talented. They've got like littered with talent, and they should be like one of the favorites coming into this tournament. And I was not like, I don't know, they just didn't look like they were like going to be that big a threat in this tournament yesterday. They were, yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. But Portugal have a habit of just doing what they need to get through to the stages and then turn it on at the right time in these tournaments. They're a good tournament team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up winning the tournament. I guess for Ronaldo as well, probably his last tournament. I can't see him playing in the World Cup. But maybe, who knows? Make a good point. I'm surprised more people do not talk about the lack of success Belgium had. Such a strong squad. Such a crazy squad. Crazy squad. Like that team should have won so much more. Well, it won like literally 0, didn't it? Which was such a shame for that amount. Like all those players were just absolutely crazy good. Our expert belt builds useful and competitive play. I guess it's not an item you would see too much in competitive play, Jarrett, to be honest. I think when you're needing that power increase, you probably just opt for like the life orb, because you get a 10% damage output, and that's on everything. It doesn't need to be super effective as well. I know you don't get the drawback of the recoil, but really in hindsight, it's probably better. Like, you know, if you want the power increase on stuff, life orbs are normally the thing that players will opt for. And they'll be on Pokemon that are there to come in, pick up knockouts, and kind of go out again. So you don't really worry about the recoil too much on those sort of Pokemon. So Expert Belt, not something that you see too often, really. Not in competitive play. I mean, I've used Expert Belt a few times, but it's probably not the most optimal thing, and it really has to be more of a niche decision. Like, it wouldn't make sense. Oh, well, I guess you could use Life Orb on something like... But you wouldn't use Life Orb on a Sash Pokemon, right? Or something with Sturdy, right? Because more importantly, you couldn't use 2 items on one Pokemon. But something with Sturdy, then you probably got the Expert Belt there if you needed that power increase and you didn't need another item choice on it. You know, something like that. I guess a very niche situation. Professor Oak, my grandson is the best player. Whatever his name is, Ash is a more long-term project. My grandson came out the gate burning. Plays for Barca. Saw some news the other day. It was a little bit worrying. Bruno being linked with Barca. Barca being... he's just sporting director now at Barcelona. But they highlighted Bruno as their #1 target. Like, no. His release clause ends in like 5 days. Not counting. Polly, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good luck with the hunts. Thank you so much, Polly. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and thanks for joining the stream so early on a break from work, training day. So hoping for the excitement of shiny to stay me through the next 4 hours. I hope we do manage to say, come on, Deoxys, don't let us down today. Or even the Heracross, the pink Heracross would be amazing to get. It would be. Snow One Fly, how are we doing today, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day yourself. It's in our nature, we like to suffer. There even is a typical Portuguese type of music solely dedicated to it. It also explains my quest to complete Beast Ball Living Dex, Premier Ball, Shiny One. The pain, but it will be all worthwhile in the end, mate. You know it'll be worth it. When I say expert belt builds, I mean Pokemon who can learn cheating moves. I don't get what you mean, cheating moves. What are cheating moves? What would you class as a cheating move? Like against Charizard with Solar Beam. That's what I mean by an expert belt builds. I've never heard that term before. Do you mean like coverage moves? Because I wouldn't call those like cheating moves, really. Because Solar Beam's just a coverage move that Charizard gets. So I don't know. But every Pokemon gets coverage moves. So every Pokemon in the right situation, depending on the format, I guess, is probably going to use coverage moves where appropriate, especially if they've got the item like Assault Vest, so they can't use any supporting moves, stuff like that. So yeah, Jekko, yeah, that is who it is. I think they it was reported anyway that they identified as Bruno Gomeris as one of the top targets. I'm like, yeah, leave Bruno alone. He doesn't need to go anywhere. I don't think we will go for Bruno. We need a holding midfielder. That should be #1 priority. Yeah, he's not really he can play that role, but he's not a holding midfielder. He's way better as a #8, I think. Bruno has the chance to be a legend status at Newcastle, and they're building something, but Barca is Barca. That's the thing. That's the thing. There's a few clubs around the world where you're like, if you got the chance to go there, you couldn't really be mad at them for going. It's like Real Madrid, Barcelona. I'm not going to say PSG because I don't rate PSG. Sorry to any PSG fans out there. Bayern Munich, I would say, are up there. Man City probably are there now. Man United aren't at all. What's Bruno's release clause? Because I believe Barca can't afford him. That's the other thing as well. Like Barca, I don't know how much money they've got. They don't seem to have a lot of money. Like they need to offload players before they can buy. Bruno's release clause is 100 million. So yeah, it's a big whack of money. Like I think the only real teams that could probably afford him at the moment are going to be Man City and probably PSG. Because like Real Madrid have just put a lot of money into Mbappe, so I don't think they're going to be going near him. So Man City, I would say probably likely, but from what I've heard, they don't want to pay the 100 million. So, because they were going to get Paqueta, weren't they, from West Ham, but then you've got all the betting allegation stuff that's happened there, so they're probably kind of put off by that, I think. What games have we got today in the Euros? Let's see. Let's take a quick break. So we've got today, we have Croatia, Albania at 2, Germany, Hungary at 5. That's going to be an absolute amazing game. Scotland, Switzerland as well. That should be a good one. Fab Share. Switzerland. Can he do the business? Switzerland look like a good team as well. That group's like crazy good though. I think that's like probably one of the hardest groups we've got in the tournament. Fire type Pokemon who can use grass type moves. Dragon type Pokemon who can use steel type moves. Yeah, Jarrett, but I mean those, like that sort of thing, like all Pokemon get some sort of coverage with different moves they can learn. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like cheating. I would never class that as cheating. It's just what that Pokemon can learn. Like not every Pokemon, unless you're like Mew, can learn like every move, which Mew can't now anyway. But so you're always going to get Pokemon that can learn different moves and stuff like that. It's just, that is just Pokemon. So PSG is not ever going to be a stable club. Nah, I agree, mate. Time for a coffee, Riley. Nice, my friend. Reminds me I've still got mine sitting here. John, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us today. We're doing the double hunt today with the Deoxys and the Heracross in our Soul Silver run. So, trying to make progress with both of them. Hopefully we can today. Hopefully we can see something shine. It'd be nice. Thing is, Bossa are thinking of selling... I can't see who that player is that you're talking about. There's like the heart in the corner of my chat box is covering that bit of text. Okay. There we go. Thank you, mate. Yeah, you get a good chunk of change for them. There's been a lot of talk about Torres as well being up for sale. We've been interested, supposedly. I don't know if we could afford his wages, though. That would be the thing. Damien, how are you doing? Month-long hospital stay. Mate, I hope everything goes all right. Sending you all the good vibes. And I hope it is a very quick month. It goes by in a flash and you have a very speedy recovery, my friend. Thoughts are 100% with you. And thank you so much for dropping into the stream. Hopefully we can keep you company while you're in the hospital. But do send a lot of thoughts your way, my friend. And hope you are doing all right besides that. 100 million to buy in Premier League for Ronaldo. 100 mil. It's crazy, like the prices of players now is just absolutely obscene, isn't it? Like no way any player is worth 100 million. Frankly, I wouldn't sell Farhan to Newcastle. $50 million is yeah, it is very low. It is very low. I don't know how true that is, though. You know, that might just be paper talk, you know. I feel like 50 million is very, very, very low. Ruben, good morning, my friend. How are we doing today? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for dropping into the stream. Hope you enjoy it with us today. If you're doing your own shiny hunt or any shiny hunting you've been doing at the moment, drop it in the chat. We'd love to hear what you've been going after in game. It is when Shearer's 50 for shift. Yeah, 50 million for Shearer. Could you imagine? What a bargain. Phantom, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well as well. Having a good day. I'm hoping we can get some shiny success today. We had some good luck last week, so I'm hoping we can carry it into today's stream and get one of these two that we've been going after for a while. I'm thinking after these hunts, though, I wonder if, like, I just feel like I've got an urge to go back into Scarlet and Violet again and maybe finish off my shiny living decks in Scarlet and Violet once and for all. Take a challenge on and try and do it. Phantom, I'm doing Torchic in a fastball. 607 eggs, nothing yet. Good luck with that shiny hunt. I hope you do manage to see one of those eggs hatch shiny soon. If you do, let us know. Great shiny to go after, though, especially in the fastball. Such a perfect choice for the shiny Blaziken. Yes, do it. The shiny living decks in Scarlet and Violet. It'd be a nice challenge to do, I think. Because a lot of them, especially if we're doing the living decks, where we're going to be going after, you know, the whole line, the whole evolution line of everything. So I feel like we got a good start with it, but we got so much to do there. But it will be a fun one to kind of finish and do, and then maybe do an entire living decks after we've done that. is a Alolan Graveler in Scarlet and Violet, since it was really busy over the past few months and I gotta still redeem myself from Ultra Moon. Yes, it is. Just in the Blueberry Academy though. So the Indigo Disc DLC. You can get it in the terrarium. Scarlet, I need to hatch all the starters ready for Zia. Yeah, that's the other thing that I need to do. Shiny starters. I've got a few boxes still where I started doing the Sprigatito hunt and I never finished hatching the remaining eggs. So I do need to continue doing that because I haven't hatched a shiny Sprigatito yet in game. So that would be a nice one to do. I really want to keep working on my Gen 3 Living Dex, but anytime I find myself booting up a Pokemon game, I just want to shiny hunt the goose. Yeah, mate, that time, I know what you mean. Because I've been, I think recently, just wanting to get on with this Deoxys hunt, but I've not been able to stream, so I've been resisting doing it. But I just feel like anything else that I'm putting my time into at the moment, it's like taken away from maybe the opportunity of just getting this Deoxys kind of done and dusted. Also a bit the same with the Heracross as well at the moment, where I'm like, we just spent like those 2 hours just doing these hunts. Would we have got it by now? Maybe not. But yeah, you just have that urge where you're like, just want to get these done. Any time I've got spare, just sink into these to do. John, I'm doing a Living Dex in Soul Silver. I know how to evolve. I don't know how to evolve Porygon. You'd have to trade it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you? I think with... Yeah, it's pretty annoying, really. Especially if you don't have another console. Because you need a second console to be able to trade between. I think that's the only way to do it. I don't know how you would get Porygon 2 otherwise. Unless there's like an NPC that I'm not aware of that you'd be able to trade where it evolves on that trade with the upgrade item attached to it, but that seems a bit of a long shot. I don't know. Yeah, the dubious disc for Porygon as they also needs to be traded. That's the problem. If you don't have like a console to trade it with, then you're pretty stuck. That's why we need that link cable item from Pokemon Legends Arceus. Such a good item. I hope they bring that into like Gen 10. So surprised we didn't see it in Scarlet and Violet, to be honest. I've started a shiny Oni run of Scarlet. Got Meowscarada, Politoed, Pipitar, Ampharos, and Charcadet trying to work out who to go for. The 6th member of the team. That team is fire. That's such a good team. I love it. Could you go for a dragon type maybe as that last one, or a fairy type? Maybe Sylveon would be nice. Like go for an Eevee and get a Sylveon. That would be kind of cool. Don't forget this Saturday is Corn Day Classic for Cyndaquil. Is it? Ooh, I didn't know. Petro, how are we doing, mate? Good afternoon to you. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday, my friend. And thanks so much for hopping in and joining us today. John, my Porygon is level 75. If you've got another console though, you would need another Gen 4 game, but you could trade between them and then evolve it as long as you got the upgrade or the dubious disc like Mr. Holbrook you said. But I think the problem is that you need to be able to trade it, and now with the online services on the 3DS kind of closed, you're not going to be able to do it, which is really annoying. Really annoying, because otherwise you could kind of, I guess, someone online you could trade with and then trade it back. It's a bit annoying that you can't do that anymore. Sylveon would be great. Yeah, I like the idea of Sylveon. I mean, it might be a nice hunt as well to do in the games in your playthrough. Shiny Eevee would be pretty hard. You go for shiny Ditto and then you have a shiny of anything. Shiny Ditto is difficult though to get in Scarlet and Violet. Like the chat stream, come on. Thank you, Professor. Okay, appreciate the reminder. We have 38 likes on the stream. Thank you so much for all of those so far. If you are enjoying the stream and you can take a minute to drop a like, it really does help out. I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And it shows a lot of support and easy to do. So thank you in advance. Thank you for all the likes so far. I really appreciate it. And thanks for joining today as well. Lots of thanks going around. Snow One Fly. Do you think Pokemon ZA be on Switch or Switch 2? My honest opinion, I think it'll be on the Switch 2. I think it'll be on the newer console, if I'm completely honest. There's a part of me that would say, is it going to run on the original? But maybe a, like lower res, the performance not as good. But I just feel like that's why we've not seen any gameplay footage of it, because it is going to be on that new console until they've announced it and showcased it. Nintendo, I think that's why we're not seeing anything, but I could be completely wrong. But I do feel like it is going to be a new console game. Heracross is about a 40% right, so safe to say you're around 2,500 total headbutts. Yeah, it's about 40%, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, probably that sounds a rough ballpark figure for sure, Riley. Yeah. It would have been just nice to have just kept an account of it from the start. I wish I had done. But you know, when you started it, it's like I could go back through all of the streams and individually count every headbutt that we've done. But it would probably be easier to do like an average of how many headbutts are we doing in an hour, and then just go from there and get a rough estimate. But it's not like a true total of how many we've done. Bug, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Great to see you. And Lumpy, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you're having a fantastic start to your Wednesday. Great to see you in the stream. I think it has to run the original since Attack's being currently pre-sold for the Switch. That's kind of true as well, Rich. Yeah. So maybe just a Switch game. It'd be the typical Pokemon thing to do, like release a new game on an old system, even though the new one's just been released. I guess it depends when that new system's going to be released, though. You know, they've been very, very hesitant about releasing any information about it. Probably run on both. Yeah. I think that would be like the ideal situation, wouldn't it? Where it does run on both, where it's just not as good performance wise. Maybe you don't get some features that you would get on it running on the new system. So yeah, you could see a situation like that. A little bit like Breath of the Wild, where it was for the Wii U and then you got it on the Switch as their kind of launch title, you know? So maybe that's what we could potentially see happening there, but who knows? I'm hoping they will release a special edition of the new Switch. I regret not buying any of the past ones. I'm super excited for Zygarde, one of my favorites so far. Definitely getting that one, yeah. I'm the same, like, especially after seeing the kind of the Switch Lite edition for Zelda yesterday. Like, that console looks so good, but there's just no way I'm buying a Switch Lite just for that console. It's like, but I think that's what I'd be more inclined if it wasn't a Switch, like original Switch OLED for ZA, but they're bound to release a special console for it as well, I would imagine, you know. Bound to. So yeah, ZA themed one would be absolutely amazing. I would probably definitely buy it. But if it's an OLED, just the original, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably hold out to get the new Switch when it drops. Can't wait to get to 69 encounter for Deoxys. Well, we're getting very close to it. We're very close. We'll hit that definitely today for sure. Unless we get the shiny before then, which would be nice. It'd be nice. Cyndaquil this Saturday. I need 3 of them shiny. Hopefully I can get one. I was very lucky with the Bagon one the last time. I caught it at the very end of the Bagon day, and the only encounter that I got was a shiny, like literally seconds before the event ended, so I was super lucky to pick one up. But I should have a bit more time this Saturday to do the Cyndaquils. That's going to be fun. They said releasing simultaneously, so probably will be before both. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, simultaneously does kind of give reference that there's more than one of them. Otherwise, could you imagine the uproar if people have pre-ordered and then it's not compatible with the console it was advertised for? That's the problem, right? Where straight away you're like, So I've got this new game that I pre-ordered and I've paid for, and it's been delivered, but I can't play it because it's on the new system and it wasn't advertised as this. It'll be a massive blunder. But if I'm honest, Rich, not to rag on anyone, but I feel like I could see that happening. And then be like, it is what it is, sorry. If you want to play it, you know what you need to do. Give us your £500 for this new system. It is identical to the old one, with a few upgrades. What an L Direct, no Pokemon announcement. Yeah, I kind of thought we wouldn't get anything, John, to be honest. You know, there was always the hope that we would, but I thought the Direct overall was pretty strong. I thought it was a decent Direct. I thought there was a lot of good, exciting things that they announced in there, so it flew over though, and I think that's a good sign. When it was 40 minutes, it didn't feel like it was 40 minutes, so I guess in one way, when you look at it retrospectively like that, you've got to say it was a good Direct. You know, it could have been way worse. Way worse. We could have just been full of farm sims, stuff that we didn't know about. And this stuff that I'm still thinking about now, you know, like Stray that's coming out that I've never played before, but that looks like such a different game that stuff that I've ever played. So that's exciting that that's dropping. So there was a lot of stuff. I think it was a good Direct in total. On Nintendo, the special edition will just have the letter ZA on the back. Yeah, just a sticker, nothing different. It'd be cool if it had all of the, you know, I guess the green kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's like the vines that are running through the text. That would be kind of cool if it had that kind of symbolism on it. It'd be nice. They did a good job with the Scarlet and Violet custom OLED. So I'm pretty confident that if they do one for the ZA, it should be pretty nice. Would like another special edition for my little collection. I have my XY 3DS and Majora's Mask 3D. Oh wow, Petro, they are amazing ones to have, mate. Very nice, yes. So yeah, to go with those. Yeah, Rich, exactly. You can see it happening, mate. You could see it happening. Switch home console would have been so cheap. No screen or battery. You Switch 2, you can take selfies on it. 3 megapixel front camera. Yeah, could you? It will be something like that. Be like the blurriest. It'll be about the quality of, like, what was it? The Game Boy camera. About the same quality as the original DS camera in it. The only thing I get hype is the new Zelda game. The new Zelda game is very cool. Yeah. It's just a bit sad when they did the virtual console stuff and it was like Perfect Dark's very hype, Turok's very hype, and then what were the GB games that they did? GBA games. They did a couple of GBA games and then you're thinking, oh, that section's finished. So yeah, no Pokemon this time around. Sad. The Zygote pattern on the Joy-Cons would definitely go hard. Yeah, that would look sick, wouldn't it? And that, like, really cool, I don't know what color they would do. I imagine they would do it like more of a very charcoal-y color. That would kind of be good. 40 minutes, I thought it was only 20 minutes. See, there we go. There's evidence in itself. So it was a good Direct. It was a good Direct, I think, overall. Speaking of Game Boy camera, I wonder if you could use the GB operator and the GB camera as a webcam for your stream. I think you can. I think it works with it, you know. Pretty sure you can use the Game Boy camera with the GB operator. So I don't own one though to try. It'd be nice to be able to kind of just try it out and see how it looked. It would be literally just staring back at me this whole time though. If we had one, it'd be kind of weird. But yeah, it would be cool to do for sure. Like a little retro way to play. Capture footage. I rarely play me Switch docked. I did play Let's Go docked, but mostly play handheld, but I love the option of getting to play it on my TV if I want to. Yeah, I think that's a nice feature, isn't it? For sure. They did Four Swords Adventures on the GBA. Ah, yes, that's right, mate. Yeah, that did look good. Isn't there like a Pokemon Direct a week or two after a Nintendo Direct? Not normally. Like, we will... I think the one that we got last year, the Pokemon Presents, was around... Was it late July time? Mid-July? I can't remember when it was. But that's when they announced the Mewtwo raid stuff. Which, the Mewtwo raid... Did that begin at the start of September? Or maybe the Presents was at the very beginning of August. Then we got like a follow-up to that Presents with Indigo Disc information at Worlds, which I guess the Worlds closing ceremony stuff wasn't that great. It was just basically Tachyon Cutter was upper hand. It was like the new competitive moves that we had access to. So I wonder if they'll do the same this year, where they might do a bit more info, like a deeper dive into ZA, like at the end of July, start of August, and then at Worlds they'll expand slightly on some maybe more competitive aspects that they brought in the trailer that we got, you know, at the end of July, start of August sort of thing. Potentially, maybe, I don't know, but I think we should get a Pokemon Presents soon. I expect one. They've got so much of stuff that they need to cover, that, you know, that's happened recently, where we've got Pokemon Works. We've had no news about that, what they're doing with that. I guess you've got the new TCG app that they're bringing out as well. So there's all those sort of things, I guess, that they're going to be wanting to talk about, get the hype built up for, and of course start the hype train really for ZA if they can show footage of it. Maybe they are waiting though on Nintendo releasing the information on the newest console. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what they end up doing. But whatever, hopefully when we do get a Presents announced, it'll be a good one, and we'll get some juicy information that'll keep us talking for like at least 6 months. Or we might have something sooner to look forward to. You never know. You never know. Direct was good. Some strong titles outside of the big three. I agree. Yeah. Hold up. Turok and Perfect Dark for the 64 finally here. I'm so pumped for that. Been waiting for so long. Yeah, they got announced yesterday. I think they're available now on the eShop. Not the eShop, Nintendo Online. So you can access them now if you've got access to those facilities with that monthly subscription, which is kind of nice because they're two solid games. Turok, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is such a throwback. Imagine if the Zygote version of the Switch had like hexagons on the drift stick or whatever it's called on the red one, like the blue one. That would be very cool. That would be seriously cool. Instantly just take my money. Take it, because I'm going to buy it. Yeah, I think if it's got like any sort of Zygote theme about it, which is it's probably likely to, it's going to be such a like something I'll pick up. I love Zygote's design as well, so it's just an easy excuse. 6,900. We are past the point, so no Deoxys just yet. Get up to that 1,000 mark with the Heracross feels nice as well, so around there, that feels like we're getting some progress done today. Recently got a Switch OLED and a capture card, been having a blast shiny hunting, streaming to my friends in Discord. Ended up getting a shiny Buzzwole on Pokemon Shield DLC raid. That's super nice. Congrats, mate. That is a nice one, and great job on getting set up with the capture card and stuff as well. That's super nice. Will you be doing like content on YouTube or anything like that, streaming on YouTube or Twitch, or are you just gonna kind of keep it to Discord at the moment? Awesome that you're jumping into it, and I hope you're still having a blast with it. There's another Heracross. Game Boy cam stream would be awesome. Pixelatedly. I kind of want to do it. I feel like the Game Boy cameras though are like probably cost hundreds of pounds. I'd probably be able to like alternatively buy a copy of Gales of Darkness for the same price I'd be able to buy a Game Boy camera. I feel like they'd be in the same sort of ballpark. This year, instead of Mewtwo and Mew, we get Deoxys as the boss, and we have to use Rayquaza to fight it. That would be sick. That would be absolutely nuts, Riley. That would be so good. Can you imagine? And it would tie up perfectly, right? You know, they keep doing these mystery gifts for the anime to tie in with the Horizons anime that they do, you know? We've had a shiny Rayquaza in the anime, right? So they could give away a shiny Rayquaza as the mystery gift. That's the one you have to take in. And then you end up getting, if you win, you get the Rayquaza with the mightiest mark. How cool would that be? And the Deoxys as well, yeah. So there that is the perfect summer event. Hired by Game Freak. When they're gonna let me pre-order Zelda? Yeah, I wonder when the pre-orders will happen. Shouldn't be like too long before pre-orders drop, to be honest. Kenny, how you doing, mate? Good evening to you over in the Philippines. I hope you are well, mate, and thank you so much for joining this stream. I know how to get the event ticket going to Birth Island. May know. Oh, yeah. So the event, the only way to get the ticket is to inject it into the save file. So I've got a GB operator that I use. I'm not playing on it now. I'm playing on my GameCube, but the only way to get the event in Leaf Green, Fire Red is by injecting that into the game. So it's really unfortunate because the event didn't run for very long on these games back when these were like new games. So the only way to get these now, like the hunt is a genuine hunt because we're doing the hunt. It's just getting that one item, the Aurora ticket, is not. You can't get that genuine anymore, really, unless you're very lucky and pick up an old copy, secondhand copy of these games, and they somehow have the event ticket on it, and it's never been claimed in game, you know. So yeah. Is my memory up to task today? If so, we are taking a different version. So today you have to name every fire type Pokemon in Kanto. No using the chat though. Okay. Fire type Pokemon, every single one. So would that be the evolution lines as well? Because that makes it way more difficult. There isn't many fire types in Kanto though, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's start from the top. No using chat, so I won't use chat. Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Growlithe, Arcanine, Flareon, Magmar, Moltres, and I think that might be Ponyta, Rapidash, and I think that might be it. Am I missing any of them from the original 151? There isn't many fire types. I think that might be it. I think that... See, I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, miss Vulpix and Ninetales. Yeah, I just saw that in chat now. They're the only two though. They're the only two. I feel like I should be given a little bit of a leeway there. Yeah, Vulpix, Ninetales. How can I forget those two? Vulpix, Ninetales. But I think that's the rest of them. I failed today's task. I'm sad. Kelly, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Having a great day as well. Great to see you as always. Right, let's just run away from this Heracross. I feel like I want a second chance with today's quiz of the day. Could use the good vibes for my Pup 500 vet visit yesterday. She got gastroenteritis, got IV fluids and anti-nausea meds, appetite stimulant and probiotic. She ate some yesterday finally. Oh, Kaylee, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really hope everything is all right and things start to improve over the next few days. The poor little pup. That makes me so sad. That is very sad, but thoughts definitely with you, and we've got all the good vibes today to make you feel a little bit chirpier and send some good vibes to the pup as well on a speedy recovery, which we hope they have. Got a solid 80% bug. Yeah, 80%, not too bad. Yeah, Ninetales, the ice type Pokemon. Yeah, that's why. It was a good effort though. When anyone says that, that was a good effort, it always feels bad. You know you failed at that point. But if you would like a new task, then I can give you one. Yes, Pat, come on, let's go. Let's go with the new task. I'm all for it. I feel like we should have nailed that one. Ninetales and the Vulpix. I let those two down. How could I forget those two? But yes, definitely up for another one, for sure. I feel like Tone is just not going to have a head after we get this Heracross. Task: name every Pokemon from in Pokedex order as it was released. I wonder how far I would be able to get with that. Don't know if I'd get through Gen 1. I mean, I might Gen 1 it, maybe. We'll see. Right, we've got the next one. Alrighty, we're going for 10 grass Pokemon. You know the rules: no starter, legendary, or same family, and don't use the chat. Alright, here we go. 10 grass Pokemon. Bulbasaur is going to be my first one, so number 1. I'm going to pause for a minute while I do this. So Bulbasaur. I'm going to go for Oddish, Bellsprout. I'm going to go for Gorgot. I'm going to go for... So what's number 5 going to be? Number 5. I'm not cheating looking around my room. Come on, grass types. I should get these. Easy. Amoonguss. 6. We're going to go with... why's my mind gone blank? I'm trying not to look at chat either when I'm doing this. Sprigatito. How could I forget the little cat? Orbolivia. Celebi. And number 10 is going to be Tropius. No starters. Bulbasaur's my only one. So Tropius, I need another one. I need another one outside of Tropius. Let's go with the grass Pokemon. This should be the easiest one. I'm trying to think and my mind is completely blank when I'm doing this. No legendaries as well. Sprigatito. So yeah, okay. Executor for the Bulbasaur. Celebi, if I can't use legendaries, then I'm gonna go with no starters. So I need 2 more. We got Executor's the last one. Come on. We need to get Breloom and why is this so difficult for me to think of these grass types? Failing. Another grass type. Why is this like, this feels like the most difficult thing I've done so far, and it should be the easiest one. Another grass type. Just another grass type. That's all we need. All I need. I'm trying to think of what some of the gym leaders use. Pansage. There we go. Oh, Leafeon would have been a good one, but there's the 10. Yeah. So I feel like I made way harder work of that than I should have done, and I've just counted a Heracross when I didn't need to. Should go back. Go back one. There we go. Okay. Do you collect any cards, Lee? If so, do you have a favorite? I do collect TCG. My favorite, what is my favorite card? I tell you a favorite card that I have that's kind of like a chase card for me, which I don't have, which I would love to get. It's a McDonald's promo from like 2000, I think 2006, I think. Japanese McDonald's promo of Squirtle, and it's blowing like a bubblegum. I think it's 2006. It might be a little bit before then. I must say 2006, 2003 maybe. I don't know. One of the two. But yeah, it's a holo promo from McDonald's in Japan, and Squirtle is blowing like a bubblegum. It's like my favorite card ever, but I don't own it. Ding ding. You got to read the rules and remember them next time. But you got your like for today. Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you for the quiz. I love the quiz. I do love the daily quiz. Thanks for dropping by the stream. What about yourself though? I got a lot of favorite Pokemon cards though. I think that one's my favorite one. That would always come to my mind first off. Some of the newer illustration rares are really nice from the Scarlet and Violet block. I love the new Tapu Koko EX illustration rare. It's absolutely amazing. So that one's a nice one, but that's really, really recent, I guess. The older ones that I really like. I love that promo. Also a Blastoise collector. And my favorite is the Expedition Blastoise Holo. Expedition Blastoise is absolutely amazing. You know, there's a Kyogre card as well. I think it's from... Is it Ancient Origins? It's a Kyogre... It's a full art Kyogre card, but it's Primal Kyogre, I think. There's that as well. Some of the Mega cards as well are absolutely amazing. So some of those, I can't remember off the top of my head which ones are the ones that I'm referring to, but yeah, that Blastoise from Expeditions though is absolutely amazing. Did you like the Blastoise from 151? It was a nice like set with the Squirtle, the Wartortle, and the Blastoise. I thought those were a nice set. I prefer those to the Charizard, the Charmander ones. Just called Virizion and a Beast Ball. Nice, Mr. Holbrook. Very nice catch, my friend. That is awesome. But that would be my chase card. The Squirtle, the McDonald's promo Squirtle. And a PS10, but I just think it's out of reach. I just don't think I'll ever own that card in a PS10. But you never know. One day, maybe. Maybe. But that would be my chase card. Just came back from Hornby's stream. Rather disappointing. Oh, David, what was disappointing, mate? I haven't collected cards since Gen 1, so I enjoy watching pack box openings now to enjoy it. I do love opening, but I tend to try and not open stuff myself anymore. I do love it, and it's so addictive to do, but I tend to just... I pick up singles now. I'll open stuff occasionally, but I generally won't buy things to open now. I'll kind of... If I'm picking cards up, I guess now I just pick up the singles as and when I can, which I'm kind of been doing a bit of the more Scarlet and Violet stuff recently, like the earlier block stuff, just because it's kind of cheap now and a lot of people are getting stuff back that's graded, and they're grading like 9s, and I don't mind having 9s in my collection because 9s are still pretty much as good as a 10. They just don't have that premium on top of them, so you can get some cards. It's crazy. You can pick up like 9s graded, PSA graded, then cheaper than what you can buy the raw cards in a lot of situations, which I think's mad when you've got like the cost of the grading to consider into that as well, which is mad, but just how things are at the moment. Like my recent pickup was, I'll pick it because this is a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites as well. Is this Mew EX card, which is like it's amazing. It's an amazing card. And can I do it without the glare? I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that is probably one of my favorite newer cards. You've probably seen the artwork before, but that's one of my recent pickups. Because I don't have the energy either to like try and pick up the raw online and then send it off to get graded. You can tell why it's a 9 though. I think that the centering's off it quite like slightly, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a nice card. It's a nicer one. What was the first Pokemon that was teased before its official release? Was it Donphan? So cute, Kaylee. I love that card. I mean, the excitement of like actually pulling that from a pack as well would have been absolutely nuts. So yeah. Back went to grab some breakfast and bacon and eggs. Very nice, Bug. Hope it was good, mate. We played Ghost of Tsunami before. Not, I'd recommend it. Really good game. I haven't played it before. Is that on the Switch or would that be on like Steam? And what's it about, mate, as well? Tone, do you think you would ever consider playing Elden Ring? It would be a blast watching you progress on that unforgiving game and all. I wouldn't say I would never consider it, because I definitely would, but I feel like I've never played anything like I'm so unfamiliar with that sort of game. It'd be a lot of fun, I think. Maybe that'd be something we could do on like more of a general, like a member stream. But I would definitely consider it for sure. I always like experiencing new games, and more 9 times out of 10 I'll always have an absolute blast with them and be like full of regret afterwards, thinking why is it taking me so long to like play this before. So yeah, maybe in the future, mate, because we're gonna have a long stretch I think before we've got like, you know, we can only do so many of these older games before we kind of run out of these as well with Pokemon stuff. So yeah, and it's no one fight, it's on Steam. Any plans for shiny hunting all Pokemon with Mega in prep for PLZA? That's a good point as well. That'd be kind of fun to do, wouldn't it? In special balls as well. Ho-Oh was an of course, there we go, the trick question. I was thinking of the movie, the first movie where it kind of starts with Ash having that battle and Donphan's kind of revealed, and you're like, what? My mind as a kid was blown watching that, just being like, what is this cool elephant looking Pokemon that we have never seen before? And then we had Gold and Silver release, of course, and Donphan was in that. Very cool. But yes, of course, Ho-Oh. The Mongols taking over the island. Samusai in like old Japan. Really good storyline. That sounds a lot of fun, mate. That sounds cool. There didn't seem to be any new model locomotives announced for auto scale besides steam generating. Hush hush. Almost £300. Wow, that is crazy. Hopefully, mate, there'll be some better announcements in the next one, whenever that is. Sorry though, wasn't that exciting for you today? It would be because it was my first Souls game, and honestly Elden Ring is amazing. Yeah, a lot of people are like hyping it up. I was talking about it just earlier where you're probably here, and I was like, all of the adverts when I was watching House of Dragons yesterday were all the Elden Ring. It must be the like, is it a new DLC or is it a new game completely? Looks absolutely incredible though. It is getting dark in Azalea Town for us, so gonna be nighttime hunting. Danny, how are we doing? Good to see you. I hope you're well, and good morning to you as well. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. We are doing good. No shiny Deoxys yet, no shiny Heracross, but we are hopeful, confident. It wasn't Ho-Oh, but it was first teased Mon. Before that was Tyranitar. Really? No. The first teased Mon was even before that. How was that teased? It was Tyranitar? Really? No. I want to know. This is like real nugget of golden nugget of information. That one. I feel like there was the manga. Okay. Maybe the manga. Kind of cool that Tyranitar was like teased before anything though. Riley's holding out on us with when it was teased. Project Horizon finally got the shiny Gallade. Awesome to hear, my friends. That is amazing. Such a nice shiny. Congrats on the shiny. That's great to hear. What ball did you go for it in? In early 1997, Ken Sugimori made a magazine cover for a local Japanese company. On that cover was the first deception of Tyranitar, 2 months before the release of episode 1 of the anime or manga. Wow. That is some incredible information. I'd love to see that artwork as well. Got like 5 minutes left. Nice. Luxury ball as always. Very nice. Check Discord DMs. I sent it to you. Thank you so much, mate. That is amazing. That is such a cool nugget. So how long? Like it's crazy. They've been sitting on like the Tito design for such a long time. I know they had like all the beta designs in, you know, generation 1, which is crazy to think, like, you know. But the Tito, I wonder how close it looks. I'm interested to have a look at it. Yeah, Snow One Fight. I made the I got all the legendaries in Scarlet and Violet from the Snacksworth tickets. I made sure to get all of them in Luxury Ball. That was like the quest. I wasn't brave enough to do the Beast Ball. The Beast Ball would have been the one to do it in. That would have been very cool, but yeah, they look nice. The set in Luxury Balls is nice to have. I wonder if we can get up to like 1,000 with the Heracross and then 7,000 with the Deoxys around the same time. I don't think we're going to. The Heracross is kind of lagging behind a little bit. It'd be nice if we could get up there about the same time. To be fair, one of the originally designed Pokemon for Gen 1 was discarded. Ended up as a Bombardier all the way. And Scarlet in Gen 9. It's not surprising they would have Tito that earlier. I wonder what, if it was in Gen 1, I wonder what type it would have been. Just rock type maybe. Or if they'd done like a rock and ground type potentially with it. And never, because the dark typing only came in Gen 2. So it would be interesting to see what its original typing would have been. I love that it was a dark typing though. That, it would have been, I don't know if I would have, I would have probably still liked it, but I don't know if it would have been as cool. Crazy when dog types got introduced and steel types as well. Gen 2 is just absolutely nuts, just to be like, what? Ashley, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you. I have announced my retirement from modern VGC, but we'll be focusing on Gens 3 to 5 from now on, especially Journeys Across America, VGS 0809 and 2010 using versions of Ray's 2010 team. Yes, that team's quite good. The team is quite good. My first invite to the World Championships in 2010. Yeah, the Feather Dance Lugia that Ray went up against in the finals, I always really liked that. Lugia was very good in that format as well. So, yeah, Ray's team: Groudon, Hariyama, Cresselia. What else did he have? Palkia, I think, was these other restricted, I think. I'm not too sure. Can't remember off the top of my head. Very fun formats though. Yeah, 2009 a fun format as well. 69 coming up. It is. Thought we might get the shiny before then, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, Zach. We're going to hit that number, and probably, could you imagine if it was on that number? They probably would have made it a Rock Dragon. Or maybe, yeah, Rock Ground, I feel like would have been the obvious one, but Rock Dragon, that would have been a really cool typing. Imagine we received the Mega Flygon we were supposed to receive in all the Pokemon games. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I don't know. You know, the problem was they couldn't ever get the design right for them, and that's why they supposedly never went forward with it originally with Mega Flygon, which makes me feel like, are they going to be in that same boat again this time around? I don't know. Hopefully not. It'd be nice to see Mega Flygon. What did I use in 2010? So I got 3rd place at UK Nationals that year. So I got to the semi-finals. And that's where I got my first Worlds invite ever. I used Kyogre, Infernape, Dialga, Abomasnow, Palkia, and Metagross was my team that I used that year. Because it was GS Cup, but you could have more restricteds than just 2. Because you could there was no team preview back then. And you could change items around between rounds as well, which is crazy. So the basic lead was Infernape, Sashed Infernape that I had because it was like one of the faster fake out users in the format. So it always guaranteed that I could get the fake out off. And then Scarfed Kyogre as well, which was just, yeah, abomination. And if I needed to, if there's like weather disruption, I'd have the Abomasnow on the back so I could switch the Abomasnow in and lock into like Blizzard with Kyogre and take advantage of that. If I couldn't use the water spout or if it was later in the game, stuff like that. Dialga was just a special machine as well, so it was just, yeah, it was very strong. Low kick, heat wave, fake out, and I don't know what the last move was on my Infernape. Close combat. No, I've said close combat. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see. I'm sure there's a team report online somewhere of what I used, the full team details and everything. Ken, what are you talking about? Lugia is great in all formats. Yes. It struggles a bit more recently. I feel like it needs a little bit of a buff. A bit of a power creep to its special attack. Still good. Still a good Pokemon. I don't think it's going to be winning any events though. Hello Rhodes, how are you doing today, my friend? I hope you're well and having a great day. Great to see you in the stream as well. Hopefully you're coming in at a great time when we're going to pick up one of these 2 shinies. That would be amazing. Thank you, Riley, mate. I appreciate that a lot. That is amazing. I'll have a look at that as soon as I can, mate. Ace, how are you doing today, mate? Been a while. It has been a little while. I hope you've been keeping all right. What have you been up to recently? Ken, I don't know if I said hello either. Ken, how are you doing today, mate? I hope you're well. Let's just do get feeling bad for the loser Pokemon, so let's the lesser Pokemon win. Yeah, that's the reason why. Just feel bad for Lugia. Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? I reset before we even got it. I just feel bad for Lugia because we've got all these like power creeps now with all of these newer legendaries. It just feels like Lugia and Ho are a little bit further behind, you know. Be nice. I feel like Lugia and Ho just need like these upgraded forms, which we might get in a new game sooner or later, you know. Like the soul form Lugia and hard form Ho-Oh. Yeah, no shiny just yet, John. Still going. And Ella Rhodes. Good to hear, my friend. Good to hear. Got a promotion from work, so I'll get up early this time. Used to be around 6:30. Very nice, Ace. That's awesome to hear, mate. Congrats on the promotion. That's great to hear, and I hope everything is going as well and everything else with you as well, mate. Sent the T-Tar leak in the magazine thing in case you couldn't find it on Twitter. Riley, thank you so much, mate. That is really appreciated. Don't Lumpy. I haven't mentioned it. You noticed I skimmed over it as well, and you know what I'm thinking. That was the one. So unless it shows up now and for the remainder of the stream, we know where Shiny Deoxys is. Perpetually locked in that blunder. I love that it was you as well that picked up on it. Of the team race was similar though. He had Cross Hariyama, Groudon, Kyogre, Ludicolo, Dialga. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's a long time ago. Trying to remember the teams from back then. But Blizzard spam was like, yeah, an actual thing. Maybe we did get new forms of the original birds. Maybe an upgrade of the other two is coming soon. Yeah, that's very true. I just feel like Lugia in particular would really benefit from a form upgrade. I guess it's the only way you can do it, unless they do like really revamp its base stats somehow. But it would be easier to do it and not play with the original so much if they just give it a new form. Just give it like a primal form or something like that, you know? Origin Lugia, yeah. Along those lines, something like that. It'd be nice to see. I feel like those two... I feel like Ho-Oh is very good anyway. I mean, you could with Ho-Oh, I guess, give it like a fire and dragon typing. Take away the flying, maybe. Take away its like 4 times weakness to rock. Although I feel like Ho-Oh needs the buff slightly less than Lugia. Because at least with Ho-Oh, it's got Sacred Fire, which is a very strong physical fire type attack with that burn chance as well, which is really nice. So it does have a little bit going for it more, I feel, than Lugia in a competitive angle anyway. We'll bring back Shadow Lugia along with introducing the Shadow Ho-Oh. Now that would be the way to do it. Yes. Shadow Lugia, yeah. That would be very cool. Cop de Loop, how are you doing, mate? I was kind of expecting a little more of a teaser for Legend Z in the direct. I know, mate. There was always the chance that it could have dropped yesterday because we've had nothing for such a long time. Fortunately not. We're playing the waiting game again. How did you find the rest of the direct? Hope there was something in it that you're looking forward to, at least, mate. Round a shed to the banished, yeah, banished to the realm of shinies. With the what else did we do that with? We did it with the starters a few times. The starter hunt in the Hawk Gold Soul Silver run. There's a few times we did that where we didn't look at them and reset over it. You know, that's where shiny Totodile is for sure. The Raiku's there and the Entei. Deoxys enters the realm of the reset shinies alongside, yeah, Entei and Raikou. Lumpy, you weren't the only one to notice my blunder. We'll never know now. I know the Pokemon info isn't usually in the direct, but sometimes there are exceptions. Yeah, I thought yesterday might have been one of those times where we got the exception for it, you know, where it was like, potentially it could drop something just to keep that interest there, you know. I'm not saying that people are losing interest, but it's been a while since February. We've had nothing. Hot Gold Soul Silver reset, lost the shiny Totodile. You did, that is, yes, I did. Although we never physically saw it, we knew it was there that time. I think it would be cool to have a Shadow Lugia form and a Radiant Ho-Oh form to represent the balance. We give them new types and abilities. That's a really cool idea. Radiant Ho-Oh and Shadow Lugia. Yeah. What typing would Lugia be? Like Dark? I guess if it's a Shadow type, would it be Ghost or Dark? I feel like Dark would be more in line with the Shadow, although it doesn't really feel like a ghost type Pokemon. Apex Lugia and Ho-Oh. Yes, from Pogo. Rich. That would be the way to do it as well. I would love that. I mean, the Shadow Lugia would be a nice like nod to, you know, the Colosseum, Gales of Darkness games for sure. And the Radiant Ho-Oh would be very cool as well because it kind of fits that and fits the balance pretty well between the two. But the Apex, yes. That makes them just sound even meaner, like they would be so good in competitive. Like, couldn't use anything else other than these absolute beasts. 2 abilities. Oh, why are we just attacking the Spearows now? Okay, we'll do that. 28 more, 6969, 7 more right now. 6 more right now. Really had a bad luck, just saw an shiny Entei and used raw. Losing my mind. John, don't say that. I reset over one recently. I know the pain, mate. I hope you can reclaim it very, very quickly. What game's that in, John? You're not saying that people are losing interest, but I am. People are losing interest for sure. But they'll be able to get it back easy when they drop something. You know, it's going to like be... The longer they leave it as well, the more hype they'll probably be when they drop something. The more eyes are probably going to be watching it. Again, there's something for new Smash Bros. I guarantee they're just keeping that. They probably got that, like... That could be a launch title game, you know, on the new Switch. But I'm not complaining. It's very good overall. I'm looking forward to Zelda and the Hobbit game. The Hobbit game looks a lot of fun. Living like a Hobbit. Lugia needs to stop to drop the psychic and gain water type. Yeah, that would make sense as well. Caleb as well, for especially how they portrayed it in Scarlet and Violet. He's just sitting in the water. Very, like it plays into the whole Lugia being the, you know, master of the sea or whatever it is. But it does need that water typing. Water flying though, not best of typings, but I guess you could go Shadow Lugia like Water Dark. That would be kind of cool. If it's Gen 3, it's gone forever. Wow. Is that right, is it? So if you roar it away, you can't even reclaim it. There's no way to reclaim it at all. John, you're playing Soul Silver. Muffin, I think we get a Pokemon Presents before Worlds, probably late June. That would be my guess for sure. Yeah, I think that's when we'll get it. Right, friends, I'm going to do this one reset for the Deoxys, and then I'm just going to go and grab a drink quickly because I am getting parched. So I will be right back. Let's see if it is the Deoxys. It is not. It is not. Okay, friends, I'll be very quick. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm back. You can't see me, but I am back. I've got some water, so thank you, friends. Sorry about that. Right, where were we? Talking about Shadow Lugia. I think we got a Pokemon Presents before Worlds, probably late July. Yes, I do agree with you. I think that's probably the likelihood when we'll get one. We should get one soon. You've got to think we're gonna get one soon. Can't be too long. Well, if it's shiny and it uses raw, you just have to find it again and it'll still be shiny. Oh, so it won't be gone forever. That's good news. If it's in hot cold Soul Silver and it's rolled away, it'd still be the same shiny. Yeah, so, okay, so, but if it's Gen 3, then if you do that, here we go, there's a magic number. The magic number everyone's been waiting for. Is it going to be this one? Could you imagine if it was? It'd be hilarious. I don't think it will be. Out of all the numbers it could be, will it be this one? We will soon find out. That's brutal, isn't it? That's such a brutal mechanic, Riley. If you roar it away in Gen 3, it's gone forever. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. It wasn't that one. It was not meant to be. Sick, you're watching the Euros in Germany. Nice, mate. Who is the game now? It's, who's playing now? Because it's kicking off and, like, it's Albania and Croatia. That'll be a good game. That'll be a good game. Croatia got a bit of work to do after the result against Spain. Hope you're enjoying it though, mate. Who's been your team so far that you've been like really impressed by? Gen 3 has a glitch where if the Romas use roll, they disappear from the map, lost forever. Brutal. That's like the worst glitch ever I've heard in Pokemon. Horrible. Then you've got to play through the whole game again just to get them back. Joe, how are you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream today. It's great to have you with us. Just talking about when we might see the next Pokemon Presents. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? When does everyone think? Is everyone kind of banking on late July, early August time? I think pre-Worlds, and then it sets up the Worlds announcement to kind of be a continuation from that, you know? Or they might have something completely different planned. I'm going to get the matchup after this. Nice, yeah. So we got Germany-Hungary at 5, which I think will be an absolute... that'll be a really good game. Really good game. Hungary are a really good team. I think Germany have looked the best. Probably out of all of the opener matches, I would agree with you. Germany looked. And I think the thing is with Germany as well, that like confidence they're going to get from that win as well is just going to propel them into the rest of the tournament. I think they're going to be a real tough team to beat for sure. No other teams looked amazing. I was impressed with Turkey yesterday though. Turkey's goals were just like incredible. They've got some amazing players. What's the young kid that scored that absolute worldie? Plays for Real Madrid for Turkey. Absolute amazing goal. Like, he doesn't play too much for Real Madrid, but I think when he gets into the team, he's going to be a world beater. Come sign for Newcastle. Never going to happen. Can hope. July for sure. July, I think, for the presents. Yeah. Okay. Usually July, so I'm going to go with August. Veda, how are we doing today? Great to see you. Talking about the Euros, yeah, talking about that. Talking about the next Pokemon Presents, when we can likely maybe see some news about stuff going on. James, I think Radiant Ho-Oh should be Fire Fairy. Ooh, that would be a great type in Fire Fairy as well. Yeah, I'd love that. But except Sun and Shadow Lugia should be Psychic Water type. An ability that gives a boost to dark type moves. So almost like, oh, I would say the ability should weaken dark type moves almost. What do you mean dark type moves on the field? So if you got a dark type next to it, I guess, yeah, it just makes it harder for it, because those dark type attacks are going to be powered up against it. 100%. And I think the Flash, a couple of new megas and some moves, something at Worlds. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Like a new mega at Worlds. Used to love doing that when like X and Y was launching. Mega Kangaskhan got revealed. And then it was Mega Slowbro. And then Mega Salamence, I think, got revealed the following year for Oras. And then for Sun and Moon. And then you want to remember the Worlds where they revealed Crabrawler, and they revealed it as like this absolute monster. It was just like one shot on Mega Kangaskhan, one shot on Talonflame, like all the big competitive Pokemon. And then we got Sun and Moon and realized Crabrawler was just a pre-evolution. It wasn't really that good. Yeah, is it Gunilla? Gunilla? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm butchering it. But yeah, that's the player. Absolute baller. We got 3 shiny. Dang, I passed back out before work. What I missed. 3 shinies, yeah, we got them all. We decided just to carry on and go for another shiny Deoxys though. Fire Fairy are my 2 favorite types. I'd use that in a heartbeat. Yeah, I feel like that'd be so strong as well. Lugia is a water flying type. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I feel like Shadow Lugia would be a dark type though. It'd have to be a dark type. I guess it would be like the dark type would be weak to the fairy type, and then yeah, dark water would make sense, and then it would be kind of like an evenish matchup against Ho-Oh. So the water would counteract the fire typing on the Ho-Oh, and then the fairy typing on the Ho-Oh would counteract the dark typing on the Lugia. So it would kind of be like, but then yeah, so that would work quite well, I think. Increases Lugia's dark type moves, almost like a 3rd type. Ah, that would be very cool. Yeah, so it doesn't boost any other dark type attacks, just those ones. That's nice. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Psychic and flying. I'm gonna go with dark and water for Lugia, Shadow Lugia, and then fire and fairy just makes too much sense on Radiant Ho-Oh. Fits the name nice as well. Radiant Ho-Oh. What new megas do you think we're going to be in ZA? Oof. I think a starter set will get megas. Maybe the original, like the Kalos starters, maybe other ones that will get mega forms. You know, Greninja, Chestnut, and the Fox. The Fox. We'll just call it the Fox for now. So I think they will. I'd like to say like Flygon or Dragonite would be a nice one to get. I think Dragonite, a pseudo legendary to get a mega form. I think that would be good. Dragonite or Dragapult. What about yourself, Bug? What do you think? Gula scored a great goal for Turkey. There has been lots of good goals already. Yeah, so many good ones. Absolutely amazing goals. Hopefully England get a few tomorrow. Like Rocky Payload with Bombardier, his ability, his 3rd stab. Yeah, that would be kind of cool if Lugia did have that psychic and water typing, and then got an ability to boost dark type attacks. Yeah, so it had like the 3rd typing to play off that. Justin Frozen, thank you so much for the subscribe, Justin. I really appreciate that, and thanks for joining the stream as well. Hope you enjoy it with us today, however long you can stick around. If you are here at all, if you are here, give us a shout in the chat. My friend's streaming now, so I'll head out again, but wishing you the best of luck and see the sparkles there. Thank you so much, Vader. Have fun watching your friend, and I hope they have a lot of luck with whatever they're doing on stream as well. A good feeling Embol will be a mega for some reason. That would be nice. I feel like mega Embol would be very cool. Yeah. Just managed to join in. What I miss, Kyle? Nothing so far, mate. Just a bunch of resets over these Pokemon and nothing shiny so far, so I haven't missed much. Just some nice chat about the direct yesterday, about when we can see the next Pokemon Presents potentially. Yeah, I was really surprised when X and Y first came out that the starters didn't get megas. Yeah, me too. I wonder if it was always the plan that we were going to do them at a later stage. I wonder if there was ever any thoughts to do their mega evolutions in like Oras or something like that. I was surprised that we never saw any of them. And the only thing that we did get was the Battle Bond Greninja, which is kind of like an extension, I guess, of megas in a slightly different way. But we'll not talk about that today. You know how much I love talking about Battle Bond, the Bond phenomenon. I went into a bar in Germany and thought they definitely have the Euros on, but they had One Piece on instead, which is cool because it never happened in the UK. No, never. That's wild as well. In Germany, to go and watch the game. You'd think everywhere would have the games on. That one place, it's shown One Piece. I mean, for an alternative, when you're looking for the football, that's probably the best one, right? Dragonite, Flygon are my hopes, along with Kalos starters. Yeah, they'd both be great, wouldn't they, if we got them? Mega Dragonite. I wonder what it would look like. I hope Flygon gets a Mega Evolution. It's been so, like, wished for such a long time. I'm getting Dark and Steel tattoos, and wife is gonna get Fire and Fairy. She's Spicy Ginger. That's cool, mate. When are you get? When are you getting them, mate? And whereabouts? Another regional final evolution for Pseudo. Also hope Go-Go gets a Mega. Go-Go getting a Mega would be cool. Mega Meganium, Mega Yan Mega. We need both of those. There's like the couple like that. Mega Meganium would be very cool. I think we need that. Meganium needs it as well. And Dragonite. The Dragonite would be the item, wouldn't it? Lee, you're gonna get the new Zelda game. I 100% will be getting the new Zelda game, yes. Bonding over the Bond phenomenon. I'm obsessed with Bond phenomenon. And I'll come back to these streams and I'll be like, look, if it happens, I'll be like, look, I said it this whole time. I was correct. One type on each cheek. What did you think of the Nintendo Direct? What are you looking forward to? Crimson, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Thanks for hopping in and joining. I enjoyed the Direct. I think overall it was a very solid Direct. There's lots of stuff that I'm looking forward to. The new Mario game, Mario Party game, I think it'll be really cool as well. New Zelda game, without a doubt. The Capcom versus Marvel package that we're going to be getting, I think that's very cool. There was lots of stuff to look forward to. The Hobbit game looks kind of fun as well, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan or a Hobbit fan, Tolkien fan. So it was jam-packed full of loads of stuff. I really want to get that Stray as well, because I think that's something that, like, completely different to what kind of game I've ever really played before. So that would be something cool to play. I feel like most of the stuff that we featured yesterday was like stuff I was like, it looks great. Looks great. Got the Dragon Quest stuff as well. So yeah, I don't know. It was a solid Direct. How about for you? Will Dragonite evolve by holding a Dragonite? Yeah, a Dragonite-ite. They couldn't do it. They would just call it the Dragonite, wouldn't they? Always thought Yan Mega had a Mega. It's just because it was already a Mega. The original. Yeah, it was the original Mega Pokemon. My birthday, end of July. And the top of the shoulders. I think she might do below the collarbone. Oh, the collarbone. Brave. Very brave. I've heard that's very painful there. Top of the shoulders. Around this area, that is quite nippy around there. Especially around this like front bit where it's like bony. Yeah. Oh, mate. It's going to be cool though. Very cool. I look forward to hearing how it was. But the collarbone. Oh, it's so bony, that area. I just feel like that already is painful. Sure, it won't be. Depends on the person that you're going to get the tattoo from, you know. I've told you the story before. I've got like this one here, and the guy that I got it in San Diego, I felt like he was carving into my bone. He was pressing so hard with it. That was pretty painful. Seriously, hope they find a way to mainline Megas like we all want it. Yeah. I think ZA gives them the perfect opportunity to do it. Just so glad about them showing off that perfect dock is coming to the Switch N64 port. I love that game so much. My life, my heart. And now I can play it on my N64 and eventually Switch too. Yeah, it is nice that that was ported over yesterday. Just sad that like it's just taken so long for them to port so many of those games over. They're just like trickling them in. It's nice when they do, but it's just there's so many yet to come, you know. Enjoyed the Direct. I'm excited for the Hobbit game, the Mario and Luigi, Hello Kitty and Stray as well. Yeah, all look so good, don't they? They do. It's also what I mean when you like look back at it. There's like just everything in there was very cool. And I'm forgetting even Metroid Prime as well, you know. Played straight on PS4. Highly recommend. A cozy, fun time, Redbeard. Thank you, mate. I will definitely... I think that's definitely one that I'm going to pick up because it's just so different to stuff that I have played, and I think it would be a lot of fun. Very, like you say, a cozy game. No shiny there. I like Dragon Quest 3 2D remake. Looked really nice in Metroid Prime 4 and the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Crimson, yeah. All great. Great reveals yesterday. The Marvel vs. Capcom collection just looks so good. It gave me such vibes of like when I was younger and I used to play a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So that alone by itself, and then you get everything else alongside it. It's kind of very, very cool. Had a friend that got a tattoo behind her kneecap and they said it was painful. I can imagine that would be painful, yeah. Have a tattoo right above the ankle and damn, that hurt real bad. Yeah, any of those bony places, I feel like they always hurt. Although one of the most painful places I've had is like this part of my arm here, this fleshy bit here at the top, just before the elbow. That burnt. That was like one of those tattoos where I was like, man, we must be nearly finished it now. And I look down, they're like literally just starting. And I'm like, oh, I know this is going to be a long session. So there's some areas are worse than others. But I might just be very wimpy. Kind of disappointed by the direct at first, but after thinking about it, it was actually really good. Zelda seems really cool. Mario Luigi seems neat. Mario Party 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's the thing. I think like it's hard when, you know, going into the direct, there's so much FOMO, there's so much hype about like what we could potentially get, and then when you don't see the stuff that you're really hyping up, it feels like a bit of a letdown, right? But then retrospectively looking back at it, it was a pretty banger direct with like all the announcements and stuff, especially when we're coming to the end. We know we're at the end game with the Switch, so it's kind of hard to be like, oh, we're gonna get like loads of really cool stuff. But I feel like they did a very good job. So lots of exciting things on the horizon. Looking forward to Zelda. I don't know how to stray will look on the Switch. Played it on the PS5. Yeah, in comparison, probably not as good. Like a dulled down version. Have mad nostalgia for Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, such great games, Caleb. Yeah. I hope that, I wonder if there is, I don't think they mentioned if there was an online facility with it, right? I don't think there was. That would be so good if you could play those old games online. Zelda game where Zelda has to save Link looks really fun. Yeah, it's such a nice, like, such a surprise that I was just not expecting. A new Zelda game. When you get near the armpit, you can get a little spicy too. Yeah, Brian, 100% around that, anywhere around that area, everything feels like very, very tender. Like you should not be getting any sort of needle put anywhere near that sort of like thin skin. It's always, yeah, very nippy. I need to go and get like my half sleeve finished. I've got the front half of my arm that I really want to get done, but can't decide. There's so many things that I would like to get tattooed. I just can't make a decision on what I want to get done. I just keep putting off. And I should just decide on one thing, go and get that, and then that'll just snowball into being like, okay, well, I can fit this around it. The girl I went to college with got a tattoo on the top of her foot. Yeah, I bet that would be a bit stingy for sure. My back tattoo goes around my ribs. That hurt a lot. Ken, you beast. Around the ribs. I had a friend that got like Jimmy World lyrics tattooed on their ribs for their first tattoo, and I was like, you are a madman for doing it. Very cool tattoo, but I'm like, for the first one, getting it there, oh, so painful. Not the best. But the back, what is your tattoo, Ken, on your back? Very hyped for the Hobbit game, Zelda game, and of course Mario Party. My friends and I have a Mario Party night. I think the Mario Party game, where you can play up to 20 players online as well. That is wild. I think that's so cool. Kyle, yeah, and getting up there, getting towards those full odds numbers. I still stand by the getting it pre 8,000, you know? We've put in a good effort with the Deoxys. We can't deny ourselves that. We've done a good effort with the Deoxys so far. Gotta drink some whiskey and maple syrup to tough it up. Maple and whiskey sounds like a good combination. It's like a good excuse to get a tattoo. To get my whiskey out, my tattoo out. What Pokemon do you think will be on the World Championships team? Ooh, okay. If I was to guess now what I think will win Worlds, I think it will be... If I had to say one restricted... I think Terrapagos will win. I really do. I think Terrapagos will be the one that will win it. I just think Terrapagos has just got too many mechanics that just give it such an advantage. That or Shadow Rider Calyrex. But I do think Terrapagos. Yeah. And I have a feeling Japan might retain the championship, you know. But I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope it's I hope, you know, I don't know. It could be, you know, there's a lot of strong LATAM players this year as well. So it might be LATAM coming out swinging. Would not surprise me. Obviously I want Europe to retain to regain the title, but not going to be easy. But when is it easy? When in the World Championships? Tyler, how are you doing, mate? I'm doing all right, mate. Yeah, doing good, thanks. Great to see you in the stream. Thanks for hopping by. Hope you're doing all right as well, mate. Could be mistaken and maybe I just assumed, but I thought they mentioned for Marvel vs. Capcom collection would have online play too. Oh, that would be the dream. That would be the dream. If it does. I haven't rewatched it, so I'll maybe go back and check. Wings, Ken. Oh, nice. Got a devil wing on the left and an angel wing on the right. From shoulder down to the waistline. Wow. That is an absolute amazing. That's amazing, mate. That sounds epic. It's a cool concept as well. Very cool. Albania have scored. Wow. Croatia having a bad time of it. I've just read the first part of your message, Muffin. I will come to it. Just run away from this Spearow. Right, the only tat I got was on my butt cheek. I didn't feel a thing. It's a little chicken with a cowboy hat and a gun. The classic butt cheek tattoo. That's brilliant. I love it. I can imagine getting it there is like probably one of the best places where it's like padded a bit, right? So you're not going to feel as much. Hello, Zo. Good morning. Wishing you the best day. Thank you, mate. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday yourself. Great to see you and jumping into the stream. Hopefully you're coming in at a good time and we pick up a shiny of one of these two very soon. It'd be nice if we do. Blaziken, God of War, Metagross, Kingdra, Miraidon, and Sizer. Those 6 will win Worlds. Do you think? Blaziken, God of War. Kyle. You've got to clip this. Kingdra winning. Don't say that. My good mate Charlie Mayerman would never hear the end of it. I like Kingdra as a Pokemon. I do. I just can't. As much as that team would be amazing if it wins Worlds, I just can't see it. Cannot see it happening. I'm sorry. I can't get behind the Blaziken Kingdra train. I think it will be Terapagos. I really do. I think it's just too strong. And I think it's just there's enough time between Regulation G kind of beginning and Worlds being the end of Regulation G where players are going to have figured out Terapagos properly, where it's just going to be an absolute monster. Goodbye for now. We'll come back. Just gonna wash some dishes. John, take care, mate. Thanks for coming by, and hopefully catch you again soon, mate. Rich, thank you, mate. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. If you can smash that 100 like goal. We're up to 80 likes. Wow. Thank you so much to everyone for all of the likes on the stream so far today. That's amazing. If we can hit 100, that would be incredible. But thank you so much for all of the likes so far. I really appreciate all of them. Diana, how are you doing? Great to see you. Hope you are keeping well and having a great day yourself. And no, but it's actually the worst place to get tattooed. It hurts 100 times more than the ribs. No way. I can't believe that. Professor Ugly, Downton Kingdra, disappointed. Professor Oak, I'm sorry. Just in this format, I have my doubts on it in this format. Yeah, Kingdra. It was all right in Sword and Shield in places. It was all right. Yeah, but probably that's as far as it goes. Kingdra is not winning Worlds. Come on, let's be serious though. Let's be serious. It's a restricted format. Neither is Blaziken or Scissor. Nah. As much as I love Scissor, I would love nothing more than to see Scissor win Worlds. It's not winning Worlds. It's not. It's just not. So for my Reg A tournament this weekend, I think I want to play Palafin Rain, but I don't know what other mons go well, especially on the DLC side to add to the team. I keep defaulting to non-DLC mons. It's Regulation A, Palafin. Oh, Baxcalabar's a good one, isn't it? Baxcalabar's a really good option. So Palafin, Baxcalabar, Regulation A. You're going to need a Dozo counter, aren't you? Meowscarada was very good early on. Goldingo as well. Trying to think of some other good ones from Regulation A. It was such a long time ago we had that format as well. When he said Terapagos, I was thinking Tropius. I was so confused. Tropius to win Worlds. I mean, if we're going to go style points, Tropius to win Worlds would be phenomenal. I think we'll get like some really odd niche picks doing well at the World Championships, like supporting members, teams that are going to like pop up and do well, you know? I just can't see the likes of Scissor doing it, or Blaziken. I just feel like they would struggle in other formats without the restricted, so they're going to struggle even more with the restricteds. And what are they offering in respect to like what are they doing into this format, those particular Pokemon, to make them warrant winning Worlds, you know? I think I might have been a little tipsy when I decided to get the little chicken, but I've learned to love him. I think there's no regrets there. That was a good decision. I feel like you can't, yeah. Makes for a good story. If Evercrush Shiny shows up before Deoxys, you need to give up on Deoxys. We need to give up on Deoxys. Joke, you're far too deep with the Deoxys hunt. Yeah, we can't give up on Deoxys. I wonder which one will show up first. I feel like the Deoxys might show up first. Should do, the amount of resets we've done. Like, putting our sensible heads on, Deoxys should be the first one, but you know that's never how it works. Kingdra, Scissor, Blaziken will not win Worlds. Famous last words from Lee. I'm telling you now, I would bet my house on it. Those three. It has to be that three combination though. Just as a caution. One of them might be on a stray team. But I think Worlds will be very exciting though. I mean, you're starting to see the tail ends of the format kind of starting to shape up differently. I mean, Henry's team from NAIC with the Overquill, like that sort of thing. No, it's just going to be even spicier, I think, at the World Championships. What are Japan going to bring? Scissor would slice the competition and then get burnt alive by one of many. I mean, it's not doing anything to Shadow Rider Calyrex either. It's just going to get absolutely chomped on. Yeah, I don't know. Doing okay. We're going through a major heat wave right now, and it's rough. But staying hydrated, and all the fans are on. Yeah, I've heard it's hot over there at the moment. Hope you're coping all right. We've got nowhere near it at the minute, but we are supposedly getting a bit of a heat wave later this week as we get into the later parts of this week. So I can't imagine it's anywhere near as bad as what you guys are going to be experiencing, but I hope you're all holding up all right, and it eases off soon. For all one worlds, you heard it here first. Again, I would love to see it. I have my whole chin down the middle, and that was not nearly as bad as the softer area. I think it all depends on the person though. Wow, the shin, how was that, Brian? Yeah, I feel like that would be a really, just thinking about it now. My Reg A team can include non-legend DLC mons, but keep thinking of things like Goldingo and other non-DLC mons. Yeah, Goldingo is like a very solid choice in whatever format. I think Goldingo could win Worlds, like 100%. I'll bet my house on it. Professor Oak moves to England after Worlds for a free house transfer. Claiming it. Evidence at the court. This clip from the stream. I think we'll go into double restricted right after Worlds. Yeah, I do. I think that'll be the natural progression to go into the full GS Cup. I just worry about where the format's going to go after that, you know, because the format's only going to last, like, are they going to do a full year of GS Cup? Because normally with GS Cup, it's normally in the final format of a game's longevity. So we normally see like a new generation coming out just before the GS Cup rules, and that would see out that generation. But we're going to have a whole new season. And you know, what's the next rule set going to be after the 3 months we'd normally see with that rule set? And like, where do you go from there? I don't know. Do you introduce mythical Pokemon? I guess you could do, or do you go back to like a banned restricted list? I'm sure they've got something in mind as a plan to do. We're having 100-degree weather Fahrenheit this weekend. Wow. That is super hot. Well, guys, if you are in those areas that are experiencing that, I hope you just stay safe and can keep cool somehow, because that is extremely hot. Colozo Deoxys at 7,036, mate. I hope you are right. Coming up on that very soon. Pantherhead getting... The Pantherhead getting stabbed with a dagger on the center where its bone was not bad, but the edges were where it gets soft apart. Right next to the bone, Brian. Yeah, I can imagine. That's what it was like. Around the arm, it was like the softer bits of the arm, like up around the back bits here. Like those bits. They kill that. Behind the arm. Again, another like horrible place to get tattooed. But again, I think you're right, like about it being the person. I'm just a wimp, I think. My daughter went to medieval times in Toronto yesterday, and it was 43 degrees Celsius with humidity. Lumpy, mate, that is horrible. Oh, that is grim. With the humidity as well. That's what it was like in Japan when I was there last year. That was not great. Rain makes 4 times to 2 times, I believe, for Scissor. It does. Yes. That is right. It does weaken fire type moves. I love Falafi's name. Beep beep. Beep beep Mareep. What one do you think is going to have the highest usage rate? It Worlds. Ice Rider, I think, or Terapagos. Yeah, I'd say Ice Rider, Calyrex. I think that'll probably be the highest used one. I'd say I'm very close to saying like Ice Rider could win Worlds, to be honest. But Shadow Rider as well, I think still has a lot of potential. It's just so strong, so oppressive. I think in the right hands, that Pokemon can just do all the damage, you know? Same here, temps around 40 degrees. During that last Ember raid, I used Landorus and Swampert Lake. Nice, Tyler. You enjoy it. And Diana, thank you so much for becoming a 9 months member. You know, I love this community and we love having you as part of the community as well, Diana. Thank you so much. And it's great to see you on stream. It's been a little while, but I hope everything is going all right with yourself. And thank you so much for the support as well. Been fluctuating 90 to 120 to 130 here daily. I hope all you guys have like air conditioning as well. That's like the one drawback in the UK. We just don't have aircon like a lot of places in the States have. And it's so grim when you haven't got anything like that. So I hope all of you have, or just ways to keep cool at least. I've done 16-hour tattoo on my back. It's dying. So you actually did 16-hour tattoo. That's nuts. I can't imagine how that would feel. I know I did like this one I got on my arm here was 4 hours. And that was, I feel like that was enough. At the end of it, I was like, I don't know if I could have done much more than that. So I think if I got like a huge back piece or anything like that, or a big one, I'd have to do it in just different sessions. Yeah, I'm a complete wimp. You guys are like proper hardcore. You think we'll get shiny Miraidon and Cryogon during Worlds? Maybe, Jonathan. That'd be a nice little distribution, wouldn't it? During the Worlds event. I think what they'll do for the distribution for Worlds will be Pokemon from the NAIC winning team. So it will be from Pat's team. I'm just trying to think of what Pokemon it will be, because it will be certain Pokemon that won't be given out from Pat's team. So I'm trying to think, what was Pat's winning team? NAIC. I'm just trying to think what Pokemon he had alongside his restricteds. Winning team. Have a look. What's Pat using? Have we got the team? No. Right, Victory Rod. Let's have a look. David and Ruben. Right, where's the results? Let's have a guess. We can work out what the Pokemon will be from Worlds. Okay, so Pat used. Oh, it's gonna be Pelipper. It'll be Pelipper. So yeah, that'll be the Pokemon that's given out. It will be Pelipper, friends. Yes. It would be nice if they did Raging Bolt, but they're not going to do Raging Bolt. There's no way. Aircon for the 5 days. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, exactly, Rich. But for those 5 days, it would be the best thing ever, right? I always just like dream up situations where I'm like, if it gets that hot, I'll just do a Homer Simpson where I'll set up like a tent in front of the freezer and just have the freezer door open and just be sitting there. That'll be nice. Nice and cool and chill. Sharo Senpai, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Great to see you in the stream. Thanks for joining. Deoxys is on 7k now. I hope you get the shiny already. I hope we do get it soon. It'd be nice if we can see it shine, especially today. It would be good if we can, but we'll keep going. We'll see if we can get any luck with it. Still the cheesy what's it color right now. Hit stab a panther in the head. I did think that as well, yeah. I think you're gonna pick up an AC unit for a reasonable price, to be honest. Yeah, but I'm greedy rich. It would be like 1 room only, right? So it's like I want the whole house to be like an ice box. I feel like it's one of those things as well that would be like a huge unit. Although those Dyson air fan coolers are going to be quite good. They're just like super expensive. I can't get used to like how quick the Pokemon like generate like the whipping on the screen in Hot Gold Soul Silver compared to like Leaf Green. Like Leaf Green are so like casual Pokemon appearances slowly coming across the screen like this, and then you get the encounter in Hot Gold Soul Silver and it's like phew. Although I feel like the Heracross come across the screen a lot quicker than the Spearow do. Since they're shiny locked, I don't know if they will have shiny forms mystery gift. It would be nice if they got the shiny forms as part of the gift that can be received. It would be nice if they did that. They're going to do it at some point for Koraidon and Miraidon. I don't know if they'll do it for Worlds. But I could imagine some point this year them doing it. Spain needs more aircons. Absolutely disgusting over here during the summer. Yeah, see, Professor Olga, I would have thought like Spain would have been one of those countries that just had aircon like as a standard in most places as well. I guess it's like Greece though. Like Greece is one of those countries we go to on holiday a lot, and aircon's not really a thing there. And I'd imagine the temperature in Greece and Spain is pretty similar to each other. Things in my life got pretty hectic and very stressful. My mental health was rock bottom. I'm so sorry to hear that, Diana. But I'm happy to say I've gotten the help I needed. Thank you for being understanding. Thank you for sharing as well. And I'm pleased everything's on the up for you and improving. That is really positive news, and I hope it all continues as well. Get a heat pump, folks. It's AC in the summer and heat in the winter. Within 8 years, it ends up paying for itself with a well-insulated home. There's some advice we all need. Heat pump. So it can put out the cool air as well that you need in the summer for our 5 days. Rich, a couple of years ago, I remember it being 28 degrees at 11 p.m. and I slept on a wooden floor because the only cool place in the house. Yeah. We get quite a lot of like hot nights down here, like in Somerset. It can get pretty toasty on evenings and stuff. It's pretty uncomfortable. It's those nights where it is just like so hot and you've got like no way to cool down, and like having the windows open just makes no difference at all. 7,040 for Deoxys. Bug, I'm sorry I came to that as we've passed it. Chuck in another guess. Could be at any point now as well. PC Isaac, but I have a feeling that it will be restricted when you get the product in any store. Don't know which one, but I'll know it'll be Pokemon related. Do they do worlds only once per generation? No, they do worlds. Worlds is every single year, so it's always in August. The season officially for this year begins on the 1st of July, so locals starting up. I don't expect we'll get any major events like regionals until September time, so they'll probably be the first ones that we'll get this season. But locals have begun. There will be sanctioned locals from the 1st of July, so that's if you've got locals happening around you, you can start acquiring championship points for next season from the 1st of July, and that'll go towards, I guess, a travel stipend for LAIC, which would be normally the first one of the season, but we haven't had any dates confirmed or any information confirmed about when the ICs are going to be this year. So it's normally LAIC first, though. That's normally around like November time. Yeah, that's very true, Professor. I could save an absolute fortune with the fan over the aircon. Be like, it would be a fortune. And you're doing good for the planet as well. Looking forward to Worlds. Charlie, me too, my friend. It's going to be absolutely amazing this year. I think just the fact that the exciting thing for me is that the players that are attending this year are going to have such a long time to really like have this full established format where everyone's like pretty much figured out and ironed out all the issues with these teams to just have some like, it's just going to make for such a spectacle. I think, you know, it's going to be I feel like going to be one of the best world championships we've had in a while, because as good as it was in Japan last year, I feel like the quality of teams that came out of it probably wasn't as good, because we launched into that new format so quickly before Worlds, and players just didn't have enough time to kind of come to terms with the new rule set, have enough time to play test, experience live events. Whereas this year with Regulation G, there's been that really nice amount of time, I think, before going into the World Championships, where players are going to really be able to hone down what they want to use, what their ideas are, what could work, make meta calls. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be exciting. And the added fact is that we've got like the round one buys for a lot of those like top tier placing trainers as well. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I'm in Florida, my AC costs like 80% of my electric bill this summer. Oh, probably a good thing I don't have it, and to be honest, otherwise I'd be very poor. I've been slacking on competitive stuff for a while now. I don't even know what the meta is anymore. It's one restricted Pokemon per team, so anything from like Kyogre, Groudon, Calyrex, Terapagos, but only one per team, and that's pretty much it at the moment. But it's a fun format. It's just, it would be better, I think, if it was double restricted, in my opinion. But I don't mind one restricted. I think it's a nice way to end this season. Means mostly electric bill, fan and aircon doesn't make much difference if you're just going to be drilling huge holes into the earth core to make batteries for our electric vehicles. Well, that's very, very true, mate. Yeah, it's not good. We've got a lithium mine very close to where we live, actually, down the road. Not good. Do have an AC, but it really doesn't work well when it's hot with humidity. Fan helps a lot, I guess. Yeah, the humidities are like a different thing to even have to consider with it, isn't it? Because it's, yeah, because humidity just changes the heat so much, doesn't it? With the format and all that's been used, is it genuine or is it because of Smog and Showdown? I ask because I believe it would be dumb if they have influence over the actual VGC stuff. No, there's no influence from any outside sources with the official competitive scene. It's all comes from TPC. I think TPCI have a little input, but majority of the rule sets are coming from TPC, who dictate the ladder rules, and that's what TPCI normally follows, because then you've got a place to practice, the online rank ladder. So the VG scene, which is headed up by TPCI, normally follows that. So you've got TPCI setting the rules on the rank ladder, and then TPCI solidifying those rules to follow that rank ladder in official play, because it'd be kind of hard to, and we've had it in the past, this is years ago though, where we had rule sets in force for the competitive scene, but they didn't line up with the rule set on the competitive ladder, so you had like nowhere to practice competitively other than on Pokemon Showdown. So it never really felt that great as a competitive player, having no official way to practice the official format, which was different on the rank ladder. So I think to keep more in line with it, they try and keep things a bit more aligned with the rank ladder in Scarlet and Violet with the official rule set, if that makes sense. So but there's never any outside influence from things like Smogon or anything like that. No. As much of a good job as those guys do in their own respect for what they do, it's got no correlation at all, as far as I know anyway. How's a little princess fundraising going? Is there a way to post a link in chat? There should. I need to do that, L Roads. I will do that for the next stream, I promise. Yes. So it's going all right, actually. Yeah, it's going all right. I need to start pushing it a bit more. This, because we're getting into like the second part of the year as well. My hair's only going to continue to get longer before I chop it all off. Looking forward to doing it, but it's been an experience. How's Miraidon been doing in competitive? Miraidon's been really strong. It is very, very good. It's Miraidon could be one of those surprise ones as well that does very well at Worlds, you know, just because of the electric terrain. And it's just such a strong Pokemon. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Miraidon did well. I think it's the better, as much as I prefer Koraidon, is just Pokemon. Designs, I feel like I'm a Scarlet player, so I do have that bias. I think Miraidon's definitely the strongest out of the two. Koraidon's just very linear. There isn't very many different ways to run it, I don't think. I think it's very linear in the way that you have to run it in a one restricted format, whereas I think Miraidon has a lot more flexibility with it. Bug, thank you so much for coming by the stream. You take care of yourself, my friend, and I'll hopefully catch you on another one very soon. But thank you again for coming by. It's been great hanging out so far today, no matter how hot it is. A dip in the Atlantic Ocean will cool you off. Yes, all the North Sea where I grew up. Always cold, icy. Kind of wish they gave us a revamped ranked ladder that was open team sheet and possibly even best of 3 ladder. That would be very nice, wouldn't it, to have those changes? Yeah, it's hard to get those things implemented, you know, and I'm sure like if TPCI had any way of running it, they would be the things you would see on the online ranked ladder. You'd have open team sheet, you'd have best of 3 option as well. It's just with TPCI, which is the Japan company, they are in charge of like everything, so they kind of dictate how things run. And then when you look at the Japan national circuit with how their tournament structure works, it's so different to our established circuit, the TPCI run, you know. We have it a lot better than what Japan have it. Like their online qualifiers, so you play in the online tournaments to qualify to go to nationals, and then you're playing best of 1 Swiss into I think top 8's best of 3. And I'm not sure on the open team sheets, because I think they have open team sheets, but I want to say I don't know if they have the Terra types on the team sheets, which is a big difference. Like if you haven't got the Terra type in a format where terrestrialization is such a big thing, I think that's quite a big bit of information that's missing off there. And it would be the whole reason for having like open team sheets in my mind for this season, just for the Terra types alone. And to not have it on there, I'm not 100% sure, but it was something I heard that they didn't have the Terra types on there, but I could be wrong. I like Koraidon, look best, but Miraidon lots in raids. Yeah, it's just a better, stronger Pokemon, I think. Koraidon's the better out of the two, but battle-wise, rich Boxing Day dip in the North Sea. Oh, can you imagine? It's definitely like that the cold therapy. I think Scarlet's Paradox mons are better, but Violet's Legendary is better, so it's pretty balanced between the two. Yeah, Brian, I agree with you. The Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet are 100% better, but yeah, competitively, I think Miraidon is the one. It definitely evens out a bit there. I hope we never go back to closed team sheets. Yeah, I don't think we will now. Now we've went into open team sheets. It would feel very strange going back to closed team sheets, unless it changed like the format completely and went back to like a best of 1, which just would be bad all around, to be honest. So I think open team sheets would be so much better. I just hope that Gen 10 has a way to lock battle boxes, and then has a way to do the open team sheet stuff in game, because I think that would make tournament play so much smoother, because it's a lot of work for the tournament organizers, you know, to deal with like open team sheets. on a whole, because you get the amount of printing that needs to go in, the preparation for registration as well, printing those team sheets off and then supplying players with their own team sheets at events. Yeah, there's a lot of legwork goes into it at tournaments, and when you're looking at tournaments which have like 1,000 players, it's yeah, can add delays onto tournaments, all sorts, and it just means, yeah, there's a much bigger strain on the staff at events as well to do things, whereas it's all stuff I feel in my mind that could be done in game to make it easier, and just have a tournament system in game like we had with the 3DS. I can't remember which game it was. On the title screen you go into like a tournament facility, and you get locked into a tournament on your cartridge. I think it might have been Osirus. Such a good facility, and then that team's locked into the tournament, and then you don't even go into the game when you're going in to battle your opponent. You just go into this tournament facility on the title screen, and then you find your opponent that way. It's so good. I can't remember which game that was, but yeah, it was that was a great way to do it. And if they can implement something like that, and then they could have an opponent's team sheet where it could be just the data transferred across to your cart before you start the battle, or it's just accessible of a toggle of a button throughout the battle to see what your opponent's team is. I think they would be good ways to do it. Just lighten the load, make tournaments a bit more streamlined, but it's all stuff that has to be done by the game developers, right? So it's not like it can be implemented afterwards. So I guess it's one of those things that take a long time to implement in the games. But hopefully it happens, because I think the competitive scene, especially this year, has been so successful. When you look at attendances and the growth of the scene, it's been huge, really. You know, lots of events have lots of records have been broken this year, which is really, really positive. So I think next year might struggle, maybe, if it's double restricted and we've got no new game. So next year might be a bit slower, but I think the next generation, when we get generation 10, I think that'll just explode and it'll be huge. So hopefully just a year to kind of stay out, and I could be wrong. Next year might be just as successful as it's been this year, but generally those GS restricted formats aren't as popular as other formats normally are. No Heracross. I keep seeing the Falafi shiny sparkle, and I keep thinking it's the Heracross. Like, deceived. She did win I did a wild sauna on a Saltburn beach last summer, where then you cool down in the North Sea. It was great. That sounds amazing, mate. I would love to do something like that. That sounds brilliant. Just plunge into the North Sea. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a perfect way to do it. It's like, imagine living right on the beach, Northumberland or something. It would be amazing. You just have that like plunge pool on your doorstep anytime you wanted it. Wasn't Gen 5 the one that did the locked box teams? Maybe Kyle might have been. Honestly, on the team sheet should be trainer Pokemon ID info as well. Yeah, that'd be a good way to do it, wouldn't it? Super nice to see VGC expanding this gen. It's when I started myself, but it still feels like VGC takes a backseat to TCG in my eyes of Pokemon. Kind of disappointing, but oh well. I think it's just because TCG just has such crazy numbers, you know, and TCG has been going for a long time. So I think if you view the stream figures though, VG out matches, like, just hands down always has higher numbers than TCG, and it's kind of natural, right? Because I think TCG as a spectator sport is a hard one, right, to do, just because it's not like action packed and there's not like stuff happening all the time in those games. So you've got to be really into TCG to want to watch the streams, whereas VG, I think you could be a casual fan, you could tune in and you could watch a Pokemon battle and probably get into it a lot easier than you could do the other one. But the card game's got so many more players, so many more. But give VG time. I think VG will keep growing over the years and might one day get to the same level. May not as well. I don't know. I think Pokemon Go's got a lot of legs. That's the one I think could surpass both of them. 1,100 encounters for Deoxys left. I wait. Yeah, if we get it by odds. How long have you got for today? I've got probably another 5 minutes, mate, today, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm hoping we can get up to 1,000 encounters for the Heracross. That would be the ideal, but I haven't got very much longer, my friend. And it doesn't look like... We've still got some time to get the shiny, so we can't be downbeat about it. But we've got a lot of encounters in today. It's been a lot of fun, this stream, though. I've really enjoyed it, catching up with you all, because it has been a little while. Unfortunately, there won't be any stream tomorrow or Friday just because I'm away in Germany for the England match, so I'm not going to have a chance. And by the time I get back on Friday, it'll be super late, so it will be Monday next week before I'm able to jump in and do any streaming. But we'll be back on Monday and we'll be jumping into Safari Week. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening on this Soul Silver game. And it would be nice to jump into it on the Leaf Green, but we might have to abandon the Deoxys hunt for a little bit, go to the Safari Zone, we'll come back to it afterwards, but we'll have a break week, do Safari Week next week, which will be a lot of fun. And then pick up from there after that. But we should be, I've got no trips planned away anytime soon, so it's going to be a nice long stretch of streaming as we did before all the recent events. So it'll be nice to get back into things. So Safari Week, get that done out the way. Hopefully get some shinies when we're doing it, and then we'll go from there. I do enjoy watching Go too, but the barrier to entry is just so much higher. Yeah, that's the thing, Caleb. Like, I would love to play competitive Go, but the barrier is just so high, and like, it's so dependent on where you live. Like, if you lived in a city, I think you'd be able to have way easier access to it, but like, I'm sure a lot of you don't. Like myself, I live in the middle of nowhere. I've got, like, you know, one Pokestop near me. I've got like 2 gyms near me, and it's like, it's so difficult to get any sort of like Pokemon that you would need for competitive play. So I find that is a huge barrier that kind of prevents that game from growing. Maybe they do something to make it a bit easier to expand, because I think if they did make it a bit easier to acquire Pokemon in some way, for competitive at least, it would really help grow that scene. Riley, hopefully by Monday I'll have some good news to share, mate. I hope so. I cannot come into the stream on Monday unless you've got that goose. You've got the goose. You have to have it. Right, 5 more Heracrosses. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in the time that we've got left. I'm hoping we can. One day you might see ZZ Muffin Top on the stream. I've always wanted to dive in, but getting enough of competitions, enough of the competitions is very hard. Mate, I'd love nothing more to see you on stream. It would be amazing. It would be awesome. And I would recommend, like, if you're thinking about getting into VGC and stuff like that, as I've mentioned before, I'll be starting a competitive channel over the summer. Might be a bit different to the competitive channels that are out there at the minute, but I think it will be of benefit with the content that I'm planning to do. But I think it's a good time to start getting into competitive Pokemon. I really do. I think now is just at the start of the season. You're going to be able to watch Worlds, and then jump into a whole new season in probably a new format in September. So it's a good time to jump in for sure, and then get yourself warmed up for Gen 10, because I think when you come into a new format, if it is your first season, you've got to have kind of expectations that you're probably not going to like have crazy results. Go into it as a learning curve, and then I think with 1 year and then going into Gen 10 where everyone's on like an even playing field, because everyone's learning a new game all at the same time, then you're probably in a really good position to dive in and have some really good results and go from there and grow with the game and stuff like that. Dalton, thank you so much for the subscribe, and I hope you're having a fantastic day yourself, mate. It's a tough getting decent Pokemon even in smaller town. I have a decent team, but nothing like some have. If you could adjust the IVs more easily, it'd be so much easier for everyone. Yeah, that's the thing. It's getting the Pokemon with those IVs. It is like you say, so difficult, isn't it, mate? It really is. They just did a community day for Gumi and I got 14 shiny ones. Wow. I got 8 shiny Gumis. I'm sad I missed this. I'm sad I missed it. Nice hauls though. want all those goomies. Things they will be useful and competitive at all. I'm really on the fence with it, Rich. There's a part of me that thinks they are going to use it for competitive, but there's like the smarter side of my brain saying, nah, they're not going to do it. But there is a part of me that just thinks, I feel like they might, you know? Suppose it depends on the mechanics. Yeah, that's a big thing, what they implement into those games. But if they're as big as they're if these games are going to be as big as they're making them out to be, then, or this game is as big as what it's been like made out to be, then there's no reason why we can't see competitive Pokemon go over to there, you know? So, right, one more Heracross. 999. Can we get it on encounter 1,000? That would be amazing if we could. That would be incredible. Right, no shiny there. Is this going to be a Heracross encounter? Is it? It is not. Letting us down. I was good. It got a Shadow Glyska the other day. 0, 15, 15 IVs are a deal. Typically mine was 15, 15, 0. Typical. That is typical, isn't it? That's so annoying. Absolutely top notch. We went to Anime North for the day and we met up with some shiny hunting pals in Disc. Then explored the city and drank a lot of wobbly pops. First time having Korean barbecue. Very nice, mate. That is awesome. Sounds like a perfect day. Korean barbecue as well to top it off. Absolutely epic. If you want like 3 of them, Lee, I'll trade them to you. But put them into the Arceus and then some Hisui Gudras. Yeah, that's very true, mate. Yeah, shiny Hisui and Gudra. I've been watching competitive and didn't realize you were commentating. Yes, so most of the European events this year I did EUIC as well, which I normally do, which is a huge, I love EUIC, so it's such a great event to be a part of. So I was fortunate to get asked to do that again this year, which was fun. But I've done a lot of regionals this year, which has been, I really enjoyed all of them. It's been an amazing experience doing pretty much nearly a full season, which has been great. So for that reason as well, it's going to be nice to kind of go into Worlds and see how the players that we followed through, you know, the European circuit get on, you know, and be rooting for them to do well. And hopefully we see some of them have some success this summer in Worlds, and I'm sure they will. Some very, very strong players amongst them. Right, come on, Heracross. Encounter 1000. Can you be here? It is, and it's not a shiny. Very sad. Okay. Well, I can't leave the Deoxys on an odd number, so we'll have to do one more reset after this. But I'm not going to do any more resets for the Heracross today. We'll leave it at a clean 1000. That's Heracross's scene. So, getting through them. Unfortunate. No success again today, but it has been a brilliant stream. And I want to just say thank you so much to everyone that's come out to the stream today. I really appreciate you all coming out, taking the time, hanging out. It's been a brilliant stream. I've really enjoyed it. And with that, that's the Deoxys. Like I say, we'll be back on Monday next week and we'll be diving into Safari Week. So if you're doing Safari Week as well, it'd be great to have you join in the hunt in whatever game you decide to do it in. I will try and get the hard gold copies that I've got to the Safari Zone so we can do some hunting hot gold, and we'll do leaf green and we'll do emerald as well, and we'll try and get some some shinies in the Safari Zone. Maybe if we do, we could transfer one of those shinies. If we get them in hot gold, we could transfer it over to our Soul Silver for extra options through our playthrough, which would be kind of cool to do. So we'll see about doing that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope the football's good. I'll look forward to telling you all about it next week. Hopefully England get the win tomorrow, and I can tell you all about it next week. But have a great weekend, friends, whatever you're up to. More importantly, stay safe, whatever you're up to. Take care of yourselves, and thank you for all the support and the likes that we've had on the stream today. It's been amazing. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all next week. So until then, friends, take care. Bye bye.